What in God's good name is going on, folks? Will Turbot here. Fake Mike! Real news. This one's got a whip to it. Whoosh. This one's more aerodynamic than any other whisk I've had. This is a good one. See, this one's got some type of material here. It's going to bounce back. It's not going to be destroyed like all these other ones. Guys, what the hell is going on? We got the crew here with us, too. Introducing the crew.
What's up?
We got Futoy in this beast. We got Mellows, who's broadcasting. He's actually crawling underneath the tunnels with wind turbines to reach Area 51. He will be broadcasting live from Area 51 once he gets past these wind tunnels. Mellows, welcome to the stream. How's the digging? He's muted. Okay, there we go.
As you can hear from all the noise, we're still digging away down here.
You're going to do it. You're going to do it.
Can you hear all the digging going on?
You're going to get there.
He's
behind you.
I'm drilling, man. I'm drilling.
He's almost dug past the ice wall in Antarctica, and he will be exposing the planet Earth momentarily. So stay tuned for that. We're going to have live video streams from that. And we also have...
I just lost my bearings. I don't know, if I go left, I might hit China.
All right, yeah, well, we're gonna get you send you some GPS over there. Maybe we'll have Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or Virgin Atlantic or one of the space NASA satellites get your location so we can reorient them. So guys, this is breaking. We're literally breaking news. We're breaking down the ice wall in Antarctica, and we're joined by Grim Reaper from GrimReaperRadioShow.com. That's GrimReaperRadioShow.com. GrimReaperRadioShow.com. My old friend, welcome back to the stream. It's been a little while. How you doing?
It is. Nice to be invited. I've been a bit busy trying to sort out all the little souls. Mellows keeps digging away, and he keeps going in the opposite direction to me. I don't know why. But it's nice to be here.
Well, that's because you have the silky smooth voice that all the ladies love, and he's probably wants to get as far away from that as he can. So you can't steal.
I've got the perfect face for radio, mate.
That's right. See, I overcompensate here, guys, but whatever. And let's start with Futoy because this is a personal question, but I'm going to ask you live on air. What is your blood type? No, seriously, Futoy has been somebody that has worked behind the scenes for a very long time, not only just helping me, not only helping Auditing America, but countless people in this community, the auditing community, the truth community. And now lately he's been going live and he's been talking some stuff and I'm loving it. So Futoy, tell people how to find you, how to find your channel, and what's the reasoning behind you escaping from Plato's cave?
Well, to find my channel, I just recently discovered how to change my crazy YouTube URL to a custom URL. So
How many subscribers do you have?
Oh, I think I have 131, but I mean, I was at 60, and I got like.
Well, that's interesting because
that's 70 in a week.
I'm gonna put it up on screen because I thought you have to have 500 to get a custom-made URL, so that might be new.
Yeah, they've changed a lot. You see, you only need 50 subscribers.
No, it's 100 for the URL. It's 500 for the community page.
Right. So you used to need I think it was 1,000 or something to go live, but now it's 50. So. Yeah.
So guys, you're looking, I'm sorry to interrupt, but just while Futoy continues to talk here, you'll see on screen Futoy, this is his channel. You're like, hey, how come you look like you just subscribed and you haven't watched any of those videos? Because I'm not operating on my laptop. My laptop is right here and it's broke. Well, the charger's broke. Take a look the little icon I got on my laptop. Nice. So,
very good.
It's broken, so yeah, guys, if you see me and I pull up someone's channel and I'm not subscribed to it, it's not because I'm not subscribed, it's not because I hate you guys, it's just that's what we're working with now. So everyone go over to Futoy's channel, check him out. Let's see, how many subscribers does he got right now? 131? Let's get him up to 175 by the end of the stream. So let's say
That'd
hi.
be
I'm
awesome.
sorry to interrupt you a little bit more, Futoy, but I'm doing
No
this
problem.
for your own good, okay? Broken
Well, thank
Record,
you.
welcome. Broken Record, please go to Futoy's channel. It's FUTOY. It's on screen. You might have to search through the filters. Let's see if you have to. No, I just came up when I put Futoy in it, and I wasn't subscribed on this channel. So please go over, subscribe. Georgia Accountability Patrol, dropping the bomb like the Gat Bam. Resistance level is futile. No proof of ice walls. Oh, you say that now, resistance level is futile, but we've got Theo. He's clawing his way there. Stango, what up? You'll see. You'll be singing a different tune at the end of the stream when Mellows goes live, breaks down the ice walls and breaks down all your illusions of the globe Earth. Joel Vetters, welcome to the stream. Thank you for your support. Butch Brady, good to see you here. Please, guys, go check out Futoy's channel right now. Gaming Inc. Master Troll. Local Experimentalist UK. Tell me about your name, Local Experimentalist. What are you experimenting with over there? Okay, curious about that. Master Troll, welcome. We don't have John McCain or Hillary Clinton yet in this chat, but once you guys get in here, subscribe to Futoy. So Futoy, yes, I'm sorry for that massive interruption, but tell us why you decided to come from out of behind the scenes and start wrecking and owning people.
I don't know. I just thought it just felt like the right time, you know, just to get out there and start doing some videos. I'm not kind of concentrating on one particular subject. I'm kind of doing videos all over the place. So if you see that little video, it's not actually an audit. It's a keto shopping basket list. So I cover keto. I cover the 1A community. Darren and Karen's. I have tips on all sorts of things. The last icon you see there, somebody holding a phone, is a good replacement phone in case your phone gets broken, lost, or confiscated by the police, and you need to get recording right away. This is one of the better, cheaper phones to do that with, right? So they take your phone, you go to a phone shop, or you go online, you can pick one of these up from secondhand from about 100 quid. To brand new on Amazon.com from between $200 and $300, and you're back up and running, you know, straight away.
Man, you guys don't got Metro PCS out there? Shoot, you walk into a Metro PCS out here in the States,
right?
Come out.
Well, we don't have that. No,
it's good.
What is it?
It's like the ghetto phone service over here. You walk in one of those stores with like $80, you walk out with a phone and a month worth of pay, a month worth of phone service. You know what I'm saying? And
that's pretty cool.
What up, Twyla? Yep, Grim Reaper Radio Show. We're gonna check him out. Press 1 in the chat. Don't worry, we're gonna get to him because he's got a whole bunch of stuff, and Mello's is gonna be jumping in too if we can get him to do that. Yeah. So go ahead, sorry. Put 1 in the chat.
I put my link.
Subscribe to Futoy.
I put my link in the private if you want to share it.
Okay. Yep. Do that.
Just to save the viewers having to go searching, you know. And I really appreciate it. Go ahead, Mellows.
I was just going to say something about the mobile phone. You were saying if you just illegally walk into the United States nowadays, you get a free mobile phone and free data.
That's true too. Yeah, we're giving out Obama phones for many years. People were just on the side of the road just giving out. They call them Obama phones, but they just give you a phone service if you're like low income, or I don't even know if you have to prove that. I forget. I never ended up getting one because, you know,
so they can track you and keep an eye on you. If you need to appear at court, they need to be able to contact you.
Yes. Warning: we've deducted money from your EBT because you were late to court.
Right.
And Futoy's channel's up on screen. Thank you, Butch Brady, for subscribing. You better not be the only one. Who else? Press 1 in the chat. Subscribe to my boy Futoy.
I much appreciate it. I cover many subjects. I'm sure I'm going to find a subject that everybody's going to be interested in at some stage. I just appreciate the support in general, you know.
Yeah, Futoy's awesome, man, because he can comment on a number of things. He's also like got real humorous videos. Probably my favorite video on my channel is Nazis threaten auditing America on Fake Mike Real News.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, he's got a lot of cool stuff, and he's talking more than just auditing, more than just comedy, more than just Karens and Darrens, talking big picture stuff. So definitely check out my boy Futoy for sure.
Yeah, I've just got to remind everybody that Eyes on the Audit, the videos that were edited, they were actually edited by Futoy. So big up to Futoy.
Yeah, and we're going to start doing some of those videos again, but the problem with me is I've been so busy. I'm always somewhere else. I'm always not in a stable location, so it's unfortunate. But yeah, I want to get back to doing these videos. These videos are really dope. It's me, Theo, and Futoy on this channel over here, and we're breaking down. And we've got guest appearances on here from Auditing America. We're breaking down a lot of videos, and the editing is really cool. The videos are really funny. Like take a look
at the big Nick one.
Take a look at this thumbnail, guys.
I tried to make them as good as you, Futoy, but you know you only half trained me.
I mean, you'll get there. You get there. I think you're doing good, man.
I will not like or subscribe to any channel until the favor is returned, Fake Mike. Okay, so True News Exposing the Blues. What's your channel about? Tell people about your channel in the comments. And if it's awesome and I like what you say, I'll pull it up on screen and maybe you'll get a subscription from the kid. I got to give a little overview first. Subscriptions are not endorsements because at any time, any person can go and do some crazy, wild stuff. People that have been close allies to me, many people, can go out and be crazy in one day to another. So you never know. I mean, just look at me. News Now Fort Worth, welcome to the stream. How you doing today, Pimp? So there's a few things now that we kind of have got our introductions, and let's put Grim Reaper Radio Show up here too on the thing. If you want to send me that if you just want to put that in the comments, Grim Reaper, or the private chat, please do that for me because my back hurts and I'm trying to multitask. But I did want to talk about a few things. All right, let's talk about. We were supposed to interview Tony Gosling, former BBC journalist, today. So I had some questions for him. Today, I was also thinking about maybe going over some FOIA requests. We'll see if we get to that or not. I've got a whole ton of FOIA stuff to go through. But, you know, one of the first things on my mind, and also, you know, you guys are out there in the UK too, so that works. Tony Gosling is from the UK. He used to be a BBC journalist, as I said, and he figured out, hey, BBC is telling us one thing, and then I found out about the Bilderberg Group. And then he basically said, F that, and he left, and now he's an independent journalist kicking ass. So one of the things I wanted to ask him about is, and we talked about this the other day, and let me start off again. I know I'm talking a little bit too much here, guys, but I just want to set this up, and I also want to issue a potential correction as well, too. So I remember I listened to everybody back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Maxwell, rest in peace to the god Jordan Maxwell. Fritz Springmeier, my boy. Doc Marquis, rest in peace to Doc Marquis. Alex Jones, Bill Cooper, you know what I'm saying? Leo Zagami, all these type of people when I was first waking up. And, you know, I took in their information. I went to go ahead and try to prove what was real, what was not real, right? And some of the stuff I kept in the back of my head to see what's up. And as I'm speaking here, guys, I'm putting, oops, that's the wrong copy and paste. I'm going to put his channel up here. Hold on, let me copy and paste that. Let's save link, no, copy link address. So I've been listening to these guys for a long time, David Icke included. And so this is the link on the screen. I'm going to click it here and put it up on screen as well for you guys. And I'm going to give... Thanks for bearing with me, guys. Hold on. We're going to get this working here. I need a producer. I need a producer for the thoughts in my head. All right.
While you're doing that, can I plug my tomorrow stream?
What's that?
While you're doing that, can I plug my tomorrow's stream?
Yeah, and so yeah. Take your time and plug what you got to plug because I'm getting myself situated. I'm good now. I know what I'm going to say, but yeah, go ahead and plug that. So I interrupted you like 19 times.
All right. So I'm not sure how many people will be interested in this, but just as an example of my channels, of the subjects, the different types of subjects I'm going to cover is a YouTuber, a Jewish Irish YouTuber friend of mine called Under a Blood Red Sky asked me to do a video on the Irish Jewish community. So tomorrow at 9 o'clock Irish time, which I think is 5 hours ahead of you, Will.
I think Irish time is drunken 2 hours behind. Just kidding.
No.
I'm not racist because I'm half Irish. Just kidding. Yeah, no, I believe it is 5 hours ahead. Right now it's 4:38 here. So I'm guessing
here's
9:38.
It's 9:38. Yeah. So about 4 o'clock Will's time. So I'm going to do a presentation on the history of the Irish Jewish community, how they got there, and generally how they're doing today, all the way up to how they're doing today. So I'm hoping to have people up on stream. I'm not sure how many people are going to be interested in joining the stream, but it's a pretty interesting subject, to see how the Jewish community are also treated in Ireland and how they were treated in Ireland. From my research so far, it seems that they're pretty much welcomed with open arms. Of course, there's anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitic feelings everywhere, but generally the Jewish community were very much accepted in Ireland. So I'm kind of proud of that.
Yeah, that is true, honestly. And honestly, I'm half Irish. I went to Ireland, man, and even some of the Irish people over there, we're the loud Americans that go over there, and that annoys them. But honestly, the Irish people are pretty damn cool historically too, man. They've been fighting the British Empire for a long time. They've been fighting the man. And you know what? They could have went into World War II and they could have fought alongside the English. But I mean, geez, those people oppressed them for so long. And that's I mean, honestly, the Irish people are good ass people. And they're usually on the side of the oppressed people. I think it's trying to remember who said this, but whether it's the people of Harlem, the people of South Africa, wherever they are, the Irish people, all oppressed people are naturally one another's allies. And
well, I can break it down a bit, right? Just to expand on that. Ireland has pretty much tried to stay a neutral country in most conflicts. I don't know if I agree with that personally or not, because
I do.
Sometimes you do have to get involved,
Sure.
like against the Nazis and stuff.
Yeah, but
with the English
too, and that's what I was gonna say, because it sounds bad, but that's the thing too, is like what they didn't realize is that, I mean, what we're not taking into context. I'm not saying Caddy Daddy or Bear Britain audience, of course. Bear Britons, if you want to join up, in there,
there's a good guy right there.
If you guys want to join up, the link's in our Telegram there. But yeah, the British were trying to appease for a long time. I mean, the king even abdicated his throne because he was an actual Nazi. The Windsor family themselves were actually the Saxe-Coburg-Gotha family, a German family, and changed their name to Windsor after a masterful propaganda campaign. So it is more. It's less black and white than people think. So.
Oh yeah, very much so. But Ireland has had its history with England, but nowadays we're very close and we're very interwound. And I mean, there might be somewhere, but basically, I think we see each other as brothers at this stage. There's no animosity. It was history. I mean, you look at all the countries in Europe; they were at each other at one stage or other. France and England were at war. France and Spain and England. Everybody was at war with everybody. It was all a power grab, a land power grab. But these days, it's not like that anymore. That's ancient history at this stage. So
that's unfortunate, because I still have animosity towards the British. Screw the British, screw the British royals and the British Empire. Nothing violent,
nice
but I still screw them. Now on screen, we have, before I get into the David Icke, Jimmy Savile, Alex Jones, Russell Brand, because this is going to be a fun little chat. We never really talk about this, but it's important to talk about it. Shazak, welcome. Mike Gematria, welcome. Stango, what up? On screen, you will see Grim and Granddad show. Two very, very awesome people, and they've got great thumbnails on their channel. You're going to want to go and check this out. And again, if you guys are just joining, how come Will hasn't watched any of these shows? Because I'm not on my laptop, someone else's laptop, but they are subscribing, which is awesome. So go check out the Grim Reaper radio show.
What are the chances of losing your soul if you listen to that radio show?
Grim?
No, you're not ready yet.
I'm not ready yet.
But I will be round.
Oh, so you basically don't have a soul. He's implying that Futoy doesn't have a soul to lose. You're not ready yet. You haven't attained that self-actualization to gain a soul.
He's probably right.
Jeez. Well, he would know best. He's the Grim Reaper. And also, right below me, guys, below me is GrimReaperRadioshow.com, GrimReaperRadioshow.com, GrimReaperRadioshow.com. Grim, why don't you tell people a little bit what you do on your YouTube channel? Tell people about your radio show. Rogier, welcome to the stream. If you'd like to join, the link is in the Telegram. Mrs. J, welcome to the stream, by the way.
Hey, Mrs. J.
Hello, Mrs. J.
Guys.
How's it going?
In bed listening to you, but I had to pop on because it's quite a good little group there.
It's the best. You got the best guys here.
We're all friends.
You got the coolest crew.
Hey, Colin. Nice to see you.
So yeah, Grim, tell people about your channel. Tell people about the radio show. What's going on? What are you up to over here, buddy?
Right. We have a no drama show. It's just a chilling place. We don't actually really talk too much about politics because of the snowflakes, which sometimes report you to YouTube. So what we decided, me and the group of the guys and support from vigilante.media, was to put a radio show together. Well, a website. We called it on the radio show with the intention of having a platform for free speech, where basically anything goes as long as you're respectful. We work towards getting people live on the show, and that we've been able to do as from today. So we'll be using Skype, and we'll be advertising when we're going live on Discord and also on Telegram. I put together a video, but because of copyright on the music on the track, I wasn't able to publish it. So it's unlisted, but you can get access to it. We've got a group of regulars who come on. Stango is one of those guys that come on and helps out. He puts together a lot of
Much love to Stango.
shows together, as in we don't have porn bombs, we have queen bombs.
Queen bombs. Does the queen come
Well,
on?
basically, he throws a picture up of the queen.
Oh, well, you're going to lose viewers every time you do that. That's why I have no viewers on my channel. I put Bill Gates on screen,
Yeah,
Trump.
but usually it's that what's she thinking, and the comments are quite funny. But lots of fun and games. We're going to be opening more serious conversations up on the radio now. We're going to be able to do that via the website, of course. And oh God, it's turned up. Sorry, Mrs. J, please.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I don't like being queen bombed on somebody else's.
Look, we have your Royal Highness. We have Her Majesty.
Sorry, this is the so-called British humour.
She even does the voice.
Yes.
Rogier, I'll message you the Streamlard link on Messenger, Facebook Messenger. And I just want to say briefly, you know what, Grim, thank you so much. I was going over to your community tab. So go to the Grim and Graham Dad Show, and you can find that by just typing in the Grim Reaper Radio Show. That's the name of the channel. Please give the subscription. And you go to the About, and it has the link directly to the radio show. his email, his Discord, the Odyssey, his tlbtalk.com link. Everyone make sure, as we said a million times here, TLB Talk, brand new social media website. It's not a left wing or right wing echo chamber. And then look at this. Fake Mike Real News, bitch. FakeMikeRealNews.com, Vigilante Media. Grim Reaper, thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate that.
Oh, it's not a problem. Anytime. We've had a couple of interesting conversations with Roger and also V. We've got some podcasts on there that we did. So please check them out.
Yeah, V is the man, Roger is the man, and that's the thing that I love about all you guys here and everybody in the comments. Who's here with me? Type your name, type where you're tuning in from. I want to see where you guys are at right now. I love this little community that we built. It also helps the algorithm so we get more people watching this and more people subscribe to all these guys' channels and on to the stuff that we did. So Roger should be joining us soon too. I just sent him the StreamYards link, so hopefully he can join up. And yeah, I mean, this is the coolest thing, man. We built a really dope community, worldwide community at that too. I mean, we have people from all over. Roger, he's out in the Netherlands. V's out in Poland. Food Toys in Ireland. You guys in the UK. I'm here in the States. We've got Joel. He's in Minnesota. We got Uncle Antimatter. I want to ask you a question. You said you guys love satanic hand signs. I wonder what you're talking about that comment. Missouri, Butch Brady. I love Butch Brady. He's out in Missouri. Oops. Florida City, Florida. That's awesome. Roger, welcome to the stream. You guys,
Hello.
give you guys a topic to talk about. A peanut is neither a pea nor a nut. Discuss.
It's true. It's a legume. It's very true. A peanut is not a nut.
Okay, so that was too quick. You got that over with fast. All right. I'm going to give you guys a topic to discuss. Rhode Island is neither a road nor an island. Discuss. Now, I'll be right back. Roger, welcome to the stream. Tell people what's been going on in the Netherlands. How's my friend Demek doing?
Netherlands.
The Netherlands.
The Netherlands, well, everything's okay here. You know, all the rules and regulations.
Wow.
That's the first.
At least at my part over here, you know. But the rules and regulations are gone. No QR code is needed or whatever else, you know. So, yeah.
Pleased about that. That's really good because I know you had quite a firm lockdown, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, and then you had another firm lockdown. It was like 2 full-on.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people that went to church and stuff like that, they needed a QR code. You know, it's amazing. It really is amazing. You have to wear the sign of the devil to go into church, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's all gone now. So everything's back to normal, I guess.
Whatever normal is then.
Yeah. Quote, the new normal.
New normal, yeah.
The new normal. I'm doing lots of stuff regarding the Masons. I saw someone write about that earlier. So I've just started a project because I've been very interested in how the Masons are affecting us and what they're doing here in the UK. So I'm on a mission to find out a little bit more about what's going on. So please subscribe. I've just started the journey on finding the 47 Masonic lodges that are in Devon alone. So
I'm subscribed and I'm very interested.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. The way in which the buildings are made, how they're designed, the use of specific numbers, as it were.
Specifically.
Yeah, it's quite incredible to see. And you can see all the brickwork, and even when you count the bricks, it all goes to a particular number. And
that's what I think about Mrs. J is that she, and hang tight, Bear. We got 6, and I don't pay for this, so hang tight. We'll get you on in a sec. That's what I like about Mrs. J. She's not doing your typical audits. She's going out and she's doing other things that are of interest too. You know, besides, I think me and Auditing America are some of the few channels that have actually audited the Freemasons. I brought you guys video from inside of the Supreme Mother Lodge of Scottish Rite Freemasonry in DC. We walked into the one in Albany, New York, which is the longest, I believe, continuously used one here in the States. Right. And they had a ceremony going on. We went to the lodge in Philadelphia, where right outside there's a huge statue of George Washington and Ben Franklin. And so, yeah, I really want you guys to check out Mrs. J's channel. I'll put that up on screen too. But I did want to address this too, because Uncle Antimatter, and if you guys have any questions or comments here in the chat, now's the time to go ahead and put those in. It gets busy. And I wanted to say thank you to everyone that questioned and commented yesterday for our guest, John Kiriakou. I really want you guys to get that video out. That was one of the best. I've interviewed him several times. That was probably by far the best interview we've ever done, and probably one of the top 5, maybe top 3 interviews I've ever done. Just incredible, incredible information. Everything from what's really going on in the CIA to child trafficking to what's going on in Ukraine to true crime.
That was an excellent show, my friend. That was an excellent show. I was really, watching and gloating, basically, like, wow, cool.
Yeah, and I appreciate you sharing that on RHTV Live. That's RHTV Live. Go find that over on Facebook, RHTV Live. And yeah, so answering Uncle Antimatter in your comment there, and trust me, we're going to get to Jimmy Savile. We're going to get to David Icke, Russell Brand, Alex Jones, all those characters. Yeah, I am not a Mason. I am not a member of any secret society or any other society. I'm not a person that likes to join groups in the first place. I don't mind being a part of a group, if it's like a protest group or something like that, or working alongside people, but I'm just not I never joined any fraternities or anything like that. I do have some things. Shout out to my boy Jamal from Rise of the Moors. He's got a couple screenshots, because we would do videos and I would go like jokingly, right? You know what I'm saying? Because people put in the comments stuff, and I'll be like this or and people take screenshots. But no, the devil horns is stupid. I'm not involved in any of that stuff. It's cute that people might think that I am. Now,
how's Jamal doing? Will?
Well, considering the fact that he has been kidnapped,
right,
for absolutely nothing wrong, and they haven't even established probable cause, considering what's been going on and the fact that he has a newborn daughter at home, considering that fact, he's been doing pretty well, and it looks like he should be finally getting out very soon. So yeah, as Uncle Antimatter says, I'm a solo Satanist. He's joking. I'm hoping, but yeah, no. Yeah, I'm not a Satanist.
I think you're a bit. We're all kind of single activists that have slowly but surely, birds of a feather flock together. Really,
Well, that's what it is. It's like attracts like, just to say, and like, and I never will join any of those dumb organizations, and 99% chance I'll never even get involved in politics. I think that's the wrong way to do it. I think you can have the success in it, but at least for me, that's the wrong way to go about things. I think that changes you or corrupts you more than it takes a really special person like a Ron Paul or Justin Amash to get into politics. And Justin Amash has he even had any really success? I don't know. That's to be seen, I guess. But I want to open this up for the panel here, because we got the brand new, and this is what I was about to say, and I'll open it up. The brand new Jimmy Savile documentary. And I remember, like I was saying, I used to watch all those, the OGs from back in the day, Jordan Maxwell, David Icke, Leo Zagami, Bill Cooper, all these people. And I always heard back in the day, that guy's controlled opposition. He's working for this, he's working for that. And my working thing is anybody that there's not 100% overwhelming proof that person is controlled opposition or a shill, I give them the benefit of the doubt. They get the benefit of the doubt. So keeping that in mind, I remember David Icke talking about Jimmy Savile for years and years and years.
Right.
And
so I wanted to talk to you about that quickly. I actually watched the documentary last night after you mentioned it yesterday. So actually, let's get on that and have a little look. So I'm 50 now. So I'm of that age where Jimmy Savile was. I was 7, 8, 9, 10, going up to 12, 13, 14, 15. And in my senior school, I lived near a place called Craythorne, which is where Broadmoor is. All right. And so every Monday, the siren would go off every Monday at 10
Wow.
a.m.
So you lived that. They were talking about that in the documentary. They would put this. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I would see Jimmy Savile in his he had an open top white Rolls Royce, and he had a gold Rolls Royce, and the gold Rolls Royce, it was like, it's Jimmy Savile with his gold Rolls Royce. We all knew what he did. So I had forgotten about it, and I spoke to a friend of mine a few years ago, obviously when all this came out. I rang a school friend, and I said, do you remember when we were kids, it was like a thing that, you were really lucky to get picked up by Jimmy Savile after school? Do you remember that? And we do remember that. It wasn't my school that he did it at. He did it at a local school near Crowthorne, though. He had keys to get into Broadmoor, and that is where the Cray twins were, and also Peter Sutcliffe, who is the Yorkshire Ripper. So he had a key to get in and out of the most horrific hospital, in inverted commas, in the country, and he had his own place there.
Well, over here in the
about 4 miles from my house.
Over here in the Netherlands, we have a Secretary General Justice, at least used to be. He's pensioned now. So, and he used to rape kids and stuff like that, So very big cover up over here in the Netherlands.
Can you say that again, Rozier?
The weird thing here is that we kind of knew. I can't explain it. It was like we all knew he was a perv. It was just was. I can't. It's so bizarre now when I look back. It was almost accepted.
And so one of the things, and then I'll open it up to the rest of you guys about this whole topic with Jimmy Savile and Alex Jones, Russell Brand, and all these other characters. One of the things is, first of all, like we already talked about in the other stream, I knew it was going to be mostly a whitewash. Mostly like they're not.
We lost you.
Your sound is gone, man.
No sound.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I was saying that it was going to be like a whitewash. Mostly like they're not going to get into the heavy stuff. For the heavy stuff, you're going to check out this channel, Demand the Truth, Titus Frost, Memory Hole, people like that. If you want to, that's the information you're into, and you should be into that information. But one of the things I was looking at last night, because I remember David Icke saying Jimmy Savile, this and that. And then I went to look it up on DuckDuckGo yesterday. And it said that, actually, there's a website, which was an anti-David Icke website. So keep that in mind, that he didn't mention it in print or on his website prior to his death. But I recall hearing it, and I could be wrong. My recollection could be wrong. But I watched David Icke's hours long presentation from years and years and years before Jimmy Savile died. And I do remember him talking about that. So what do you guys think? And then there's other people that think, well, David Icke was there at the BBC at the same time, and he didn't say anything then. So what's your take, guys, on David Icke and this whole Jimmy Savile thing?
Well, first of all, you asked me to clarify on what I just said. We had a Secretary General of Justice, which is the highest guy in the Justice Department, and he used to rape kids and stuff like that. So that's the Dutch Jimmy.
And that's public knowledge out there.
Yes, it is public knowledge, but it's still covered up. Basically.
Send me that guy's Wikipedia page in the private chat if you get a chance. What up, Dipsy? Good to see you. And guys, if you guys want to join the stream later when somebody logs off later on, I'll let you guys know and I'll put the back out there. So my apologies to Bear Britain. What up, Alfredo? But yeah, so please send me that Wikipedia page of that guy or some links on that. I would love to see that, because this is something that's crazy. If you guys are just joining, please share this video. And check out all the links to my guests as well here too. I'm going to update once these guys get to chatting about Jimmy Savile and in this, the idea of controlled opposition, is David Icke controlled opposition, is Russell Brand, Alex Jones. I want to get comments from everybody on that. If you want to engage in comments on that, it's totally up to you. But yeah, make sure you guys, if you're just joining, share this video, and I'll go ahead and update and put their channels and everything in their links in the description. I'll update that.
Thank you.
So if you've got someone in the back room you want to bring on, you can stick me in the back room for now if you like.
All right, I appreciate that. We got the link in the Telegram, and Mellows is the most humble guy, so he will do that, and he'll jump back on, which is unfortunate because he's one of the smartest dudes out there. But yeah, that's cool. So if you guys, if you want to jump back on, my apologies. You can jump back on, and we'll have Theo on deck, and same thing goes for Dipsy or any of the usual characters. So yeah, guys, what do you think here? What are we thinking about David and Jimmy Savile?
Well, Jimmy Savile, I mean, for me, it's like if you told somebody, draw a picture of a really creepy, what you would imagine a really creepy pedo to be,
Yeah.
everybody would draw Jimmy Savile.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy, what's his first name? The Ike guy?
David Icke.
David Icke, that's right, David Icke, sorry. Now, I don't know what to make of him, because, like, when he first came out, I don't know, you've probably all seen the Terry Wogan interview, right? So David Icke used to be a sports analyst or a sports commentator, I think, something like that, right, for the BBC. And then he went on to the Terry Wogan show and started coming out about how he perceived things, and the audience laughed at him. So did Terry Wogan. They basically made a laughing stock of him. But he carried on. So I mean, somebody kind of that doesn't believe what they're saying would, I feel, react differently. I'm not saying what he says is true or false. What I'm saying is he believes it. He believes what he's saying is what I think. Right.
I want to jump in again here because I'm being extremely annoying today. But yeah, Robbie Strachan says, felons telling me about constitutional rights. I can't speak for anybody else here, but I don't have a criminal record. And even if I did, I actually still have more knowledge about the Constitution than the ordinary cop. And we've proven this on video time and time again, because I literally know more about the Constitution than police officers who take a sacred oath before God and their countrymen to protect our rights. So yeah, even if I was a felon, which I'm not, but who cares anyways? You could be a felon for having too much of a plant on you. I still know more about the Constitution. So if the haters want to jump up here, shoot. You already know. And Alfredo is saying, what about Jordan Maxwell? Jordan Maxwell, rest in peace, is the legend, the god. And check out the last 4 or 5 interviews that ever were done with Jordan Maxwell are here on this channel and Auditing America. And on the Red Pill Hardcore Radio show. So yes,
I've actually put some stuff on the website about that as well. So that's on your website. I've put the Jordan Maxwell interviews together. Yeah, he was a legend. Absolutely.
Mr. J, did you know what I heard? I heard something about the Masons, and that there's like there's many degrees, right? But the very inner circle, the very outer circle, have absolutely no idea or even conceive of what the inner circle are about.
That's right.
So that's something to keep in mind when you're doing your show. Like the average Mason will think you're crazy for saying what you're saying.
Yeah. If you check out the one I've just done, you'll see 33 everywhere. By the way, Mike, I'm talking to the chat there. You put 33. I was like, yeah, it's everywhere. Absolutely.
Yeah, but that's still the outer circle, Mrs. J. That's still the outer circle. Yeah, no, not even the inner circle.
Yeah, I've only just begun on this journey, but I'm taking you guys with me, if you know what I mean.
That's awesome.
You have to start from the beginning, and for people to really understand what the hell's going on with them, we have to start right at the beginning. It's like you can't just throw something in because people won't get it. People won't understand. You have to introduce people to what's going on and how it happens, and the
Right.
way it happens, and then slowly but surely it will reveal itself. That's the plan. It's
Nice.
yeah, it's interesting. It's going to be really interesting. It is phenomenal, and it is massive, and it's a really exciting project that I'm looking forward to doing and sharing with you all.
I just want to add, if Mrs. J suddenly goes missing, we're going to retrack her steps. I come looking for her.
Yeah, by
You
the
can
way,
carry- you bet your ass.
Exactly.
Getting rid of her won't solve anything.
yeah, by the way, none of us are accident prone, would ever hurt. Well, I can't speak for, but I'm pretty sure I can speak for myself. I'm not going to kill myself. I'm not accident prone. I would never harm a woman or a child or a man for that matter, unless it was in self-defense. So, yeah.
Same.
Same here. Same
Yeah.
here.
Absolutely same.
Yeah. So let's and so on screen you see Mrs. J, and thank you, Mrs. J, for updating Fake Micro News. We're gonna have it much more updated very soon. But yeah, you can check out our interviews here, and there's so much stuff here. We got on this website. We got the what's popping the news. We got videos, music. If you guys want to know what I listen to, some real revolutionary shit. Yep, it's right there. Lists. I always go to this part, but take a look. We got Live and Direct on the Air. We got Right Crispy, Rise of the Moors, Universal TV, Accurate Amanda, Ghost of Captain Frost, John Phelan, Audit Gentleman, James Freeman, CPR Audit, Auditing Wales, Rogier Hop, Auditing America, Audit Britain, Audit. Bam! We got everybody over here, guys. So come check it out. This is also the place that you can find people if we ever get banned. This is like the backup for everybody. So if any one of these peoples goes down, then we're going to especially feature them on FakeMicroNews.com. So what do you guys think here? I want to know what Mellows thinks. I want to know what Grim Reaper thinks, and Rogier, for that matter. Is David Icke one of these guys that he's controlled opposition? Was he right about the Savile stuff? What's your take on all this?
Well, I remember Savile from back in the day when he was on BBC Radio and on Top of the Pops, and he was seen as the saviour of music, which is the biggest load of crap I've ever heard in my life, excuse my French.
Absolutely.
But that was the way he was billed. But it was, I can remember watching Top of the Pops when I was a lot younger, and you only ever saw him with young females around him.
That's
And
right.
you're right, he looked like some sort of evil monster back in those days. I would have been too young to understand at the time what was going on, but I never did like the look on his face. Never liked what he said on the way he put it. And when he brought out the TV program, Jim Will Fix It, I thought, well, what's he fixed? Later on, after it all came out, I know what he fixed. He fixed himself, because he's nothing but a dirty bastard. Excuse my French.
The thing with it, Grim, he actually was saying that's what he's doing. He was telling people what he was doing. And because he did it in a mischievous kind of cheeky thing, just people laughed and thought he was joking.
Yeah.
But he never was joking. He was
then when the evidence came out, Mrs. J, it was covered up.
Yes.
It was covered up by the now leader of the opposition, who refused to take any action.
It's really disgusting.
That's
disgusting that they covered up.
Was it covered up by the BBC as well, or?
Well, so
here's
the thing.
Yes.
Here's the thing about the BBC. We have multiple. One definitely confirmed, but at least a few reports of him taking underage children backstage. Of course, they're underage. That's redundant, but children backstage at the BBC, and then he would take them later somewhere else. So that means the people that were there at the BBC, what do they think's going on with one 14-year-old girl, and she's backstage, right? And the thing is, I feel like a lot of these people knew what was going on. I mean, Prince Charles. Everyone talks about Andrew and Epstein, but Prince Charles and this guy were like this. And I've always looked at it from the perspective as, hey, you're the royal family. You want whatever type of food you want served to you on a gold platter? Done. Do you want any property? Do you want any vacation? Do you want anything? Done. What is it that the one thing that they don't have? Steady access to children. Why else would they be allowed to be in this? And you know, we always talk about the security behind getting into the White House. Getting involved with the royal family, these people know who you are before you approach them. So it'd be strange to think that these people had no idea what was going on. And also talking about, was the BBC involved? Were the police involved? Yes, and yes, and yes. The police let it happen. They completely let it happen. They knew what was going on. They covered up for that. And then also, something that I didn't know, I think Mellows is the one that told me about this. Right outside the BBC, there's an interesting statue. Mellows, could you tell us about that statue?
Yeah, there's the paedophile statue outside the front of it. I mean, it's been there for a very long time now. I'm sure everyone knows about it. I mean, I think Indy did, and Tyrant Finder did a couple of videos outside there. Even police abusing powers. Pat, there was a demonstration right outside there with it, where some guy actually climbed up the statue and started hacking away, trying to tear it down.
He took his knob off. The knob area.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to say too. Is I just lost it again. What was I going to say? Mellows, give us a quick update. How far from the ice wall are you? Because people watching live are, especially in the chat, people are clamoring over the fact that you're about to break down the ice wall and expose the globetards for what they really are. Neil deGrasse Tyson. How much longer? How close to this ice wall are you?
How long is a piece of string?
Good question. So
he keeps losing direction. He hasn't got a sat nav.
We gotta get a chip on this guy so we know where he is. So that's what I was gonna say. Is people were acting like Jim will fix it. He was this great guy, and like he was doing this. First of all, this was a TV show, so it wasn't his own money. Second of all, it was the public's money because it came from BBC. People thinking this guy's doing good. It's just your own money to do this.
He raised £39 million back in the 70s and 80s. So that sort of, it was like that's his get out of jail free card. Yeah. It's okay that you can do necrophilia. It's okay that you can be a porter in inverted commas and build a whole hospital with the money that he raised. So people and the BBC and the police and everybody else just don't say anything. He's doing really well.
Don't you guys
he did that, so he had access.
Yeah.
Don't you guys have to pay for the BBC, like taxes and stuff like that?
We pay a license fee.
I know.
That's what I meant.
To those who, all right, I'll rephrase this. The BBC require, in order to watch or listen to their programs, whether they be live or otherwise, or anybody else's live programs now that are transmitted, you are legally obliged to buy a license for them, which is around about £150, £170 a year or whatever it is. I have no idea. And that's public money that goes directly in to the BBC. Plus they get government grants as well, or they did. Now it's being looked at, and they're looking at how the BBC can survive on its own. I don't think it can.
And meanwhile, and I'm no fan of Russia. I'm no fan of Vladimir Putin. I like the Russian people, like all people of the world. But Putin is a tyrant, a war criminal, and he hates free speech. But it's funny how RT gets banned, Russian state TV gets banned, and that's gone everywhere. But meanwhile, British TV, that's state TV. People don't realize that that's still state TV. That's Stalin. That's communist right there.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
unfortunately the BBC is seen as being the pinnacle of journalism, which it isn't. It's an indoctrination into how to put the government's point of view across without causing
It's a disgrace to journalism.
Well, that I was about to say that.
It's basically propaganda, you know.
Yeah, it's legal propaganda. In fact, all mainstream over here is legal propaganda, because if you try and put a different point of view across, you get shut down. Now, the one thing which I admire greatly is that you have in the States is free speech. It's written in stone that you have the right to free speech. We don't. So if we start calling things out for what they really are, unless we're in the corner of Hyde Park at Speaker's Corner on a Sunday morning, we can get arrested for it.
I don't think there's any free speech anymore in the U.S. You know, it's not the.
All right, it's open to
best country in the
interpretation.
world anymore.
Yeah, it's open to interpretation, but I mean, Will can testify to the fact that he knows more about free speech than the average copper, because they don't know anything, or policeman.
Well, we have the freedom to express over here, with the slight difference that. With the slight difference that. Well, in the United States you could cuss, whereas over here it's a public order offence.
Yeah, I mean, if you walk around with a T-shirt which says FU #K Boris.
Well, you have the right to freedomly express. You have the right to freedomly express just however you please in this country. And this is a law specifically saying that you cannot do this, that you're allowed to do it. I mean, it's not that you're allowed to do it, you have the legal right to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, anything that is expressly forbidden, anything that's not expressly forbidden is allowed. I mean, it's as simple as that. But, you know, in the United States, you can cuss, you know, whereas over here, you can't just cuss because that is, you know, like I said, it's a public order offence.
Yeah, someone might hear you. Even if there's
just slight difference, but we do have the freedom to expressly protest your government in any way you feel.
One of the things is, how come nobody ever goes out and occupies Buckingham Palace? How come? Where are the protests outside of Westminster Abbey? Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like maybe I just don't see it because we don't see much about the UK over there. But
yeah, there is protests. Well,
I mean, if it was me, if I was in the UK, I would be waiting for Prince Andrew to come out of wherever he's hiding right now. I think he's up in Scotland last I checked. I don't know. But, I mean, if I was in the UK, I'd be waiting for Prince Andrew to come out and ask him some questions. Or I'd be waiting to the next time the Queen makes a thing. Like, what would happen if I was there? Because, you know, the Queen, every once in a while, she'll take out her gold carriage, her solid gold carriage, and allow the peasants to kneel before her. You know, like, when is she coming out again? And, you know, what would happen if I was like, hey, you stupid bitch, you're a tyrant. Death to the what would happen?
You get arrested for saying bitch.
Yeah.
The rest would be okay. Just that you bitch.
Yeah, you get arrested for on the truth.
She actually has cancelled her engagements, I quote. This weekend, Prince Charles has taken over.
You know why that is, don't you?
Because she's
dead. Not found the clone. The clone's not ready.
How well is it guarded? Because over here we have the king, right? And we also have like a palace and stuff like that, and loads of security in front of the palace. So how is it over there in the Buckingham Palace? Is that like...
Yeah, they're armed guards all the way around. Yeah.
It's actually been shut down for quite a while now. There is no one there. No one lives in Buckingham Palace. It's just the RAF there. Even the Queen's Guard is no longer there. Yeah, it's all shut down. The gold seal on the gate has been removed. It's been removed. Since before the pandemic, they actually moved out. No one's there.
Yeah,
Buckingham Palace is empty. Yeah. But she said in an article that she doesn't plan on returning to Buckingham Palace.
Well,
I might get on to only insects and we'll go squatted.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Like, we're the squatters over there, Buckingham Palace. That's what I was
RAF. I think the RAF are actually using it as a whatever. They're just guarding it.
If you're just joining us, I want to say check out Food Toys channel, brand new channel on YouTube. Well, it's not a brand new channel, but brand new content there. Check out Eyes on the Audit. Check out FakeMicRealNews.com. You'll see on screen, bottom lower left-hand corner, RHTV Live, RHTV Live, RHTV Live. That's the main pimp. Find him over there on Facebook. Search RHTV Live. This guy goes live all the time. He's talking about stuff that we talk about here. He's talking about stuff that's going on in Europe, worldwide, global geopolitics. Check him out, RHTV Live. Mrs. J, she's joined us. She was a recent guest on the show. Go back a few videos. You'll see Mrs. J. I just put her, we'll put her up on the screen because she was the last person that I had up on screen. So go subscribe to Mrs. J over here on YouTube. And also Grim Reaper, the Grim Reaper radio show, the Grim Reaper radio show. Check all of us out, and we'll go ahead and support their channels and put them all back up on screen. I said I was going to put them into the comments, but I forgot, and I will. But if you're just joining us, let me just say this real quick. I'm sorry, guys, but it's important. If you're just joining us, please share the video. Find me on all social media. What I wanted to say is I am speaking for the guest here on this one. If you're just joining, we're all about nonviolence. We're trying to peacefully unite people so that they will start a nonviolent revolution of mass civil disobedience and an awakening in love to change the current paradigm that we're living under. And the people that people like the Bilderbergers or the Council on Foreign Relations, Skull and Bones, or the World Economic Forum, you know, all of our favorite people, they sit and they meet and they plan stuff against us. And some of those are even violent things, literally violent things. So we need to start getting together. And that's why I'm really blessed to have this community of people here. But if you're just joining, yes, share the videos. We're nonviolent activists here. We're in the streets. We're in the web. We're digital. We're spiritual, physical, all that material. FakeMicRealNews.com is the flagship right there. Check me out. I'm on Instagram, FakeMicRealNews, Twitter, FakeMicRealNews. Thank you for all the birthday donations on $ FakeMicRealNews on Cash App. Thank you to my Patreon subscribers. Thank you to Karen. Patreon.com/Demand the Truth. My other channel with the spicy content that I can't put here, Bill Gates' crib, America's #1 death investigator. That's Demand the Truth. Also check out Eyes on the Audit. Brand new, what's this one? TikTok, yep, at Fake Mikey. So go check me out there. And if you go to FakeMicRealNews.com, you're going to see all the other stuff that I was showing you. I don't know what the heck that thing was saying, but yeah, TikTok, I'm over there too at Fake Mikey. So yeah, sorry to interrupt you guys, but I want to make it abundantly clear to people that we are nonviolent. Now, that doesn't mean any of us will shy away from self-defense in any capacity. But one of the things, the ways they trip people up is they'll start trying to frame us as being violent, and that's not what we are at all. And honestly, I'll just end this little part by saying this: although Albert Einstein may have been a weirdo, and we can talk about that, and he did say this great quote, which I believe in wholeheartedly: "You cannot change a problem with the same form of consciousness that created it." These people are a bunch of violent, psychopathic, kid torturing weirdos. Not all of them, but some of them are, and the other ones just look on while it happens. Some of them we have proof. It's people that we talked about on this channel and my other channel that got deleted, and the other radio show, and the radio show with Doc Marquis, and all the other stuff we did back in the day. We told you so, and now it's all coming out to be true. But you cannot solve a problem with the same form of consciousness that created. So a bunch of violent, psychopathic weirdos, we can't solve that violent, psychopathic paradigm with more violence. You can't start a war on terror when war itself is terror. So you got to beat that with the loving, nonviolent, and comedic. Try to be comedic. Try to be artful. Try to be musical, because that's the way that we beat these people. So yeah, I'm sorry, guys. So what do you guys think about Albert Einstein? And let's talk about Russell Brand, because I recently saw Russell Brand hanging out don't remember the dude's name, but he's the lead advisor to Klaus Schwab. There, one of our favorite homies here on the channel. And then you've had the talk for years about Alex Jones being controlled opposition, and then we talked about David Icke a little bit. So, do you guys think that these guys are controlled opposition? If so, why? If not, why? And what do you think as far as? And then there's also another possibility that these guys like Futoy could have said, David Icke, he really believes in what he's saying, and some of the stuff that he could be saying is wrong. Now, again, I definitely don't agree with 100% of anything that anyone says, and that definitely goes for Alex Jones. That definitely goes for David Icke too. So, and I'm not even a fan of Russell Brand or anything like that. I never even watched him because even when he first came out, he was like a baby truther to me. Like he was trying to tell me all the stuff I already been known. No offense to the person, because we all wake up at different times, but I felt like I was far more advanced in my research than him. And then he just had like this little spiritual, try to be like spiritual crystal guy too. So guys, what do we think about Russell Brand, Alex Jones, and David Icke?
Just to add on what you said about peacefully doing our activism, we are so non-violent that we have decided that if David Icke is right, we are going to overthrow the lizard rulers in winter because they'll be hibernating and they won't put up a fight. That's how non-aggressive, non-violent we are, people.
And we're about to see the lizard people because Mellows, I just got a private text from Mellows. He says I'm less than 5 feet away from the ice wall. So we're going to expose the shape-shifting blue avians live here, exclusive on Fake Micro News. And yeah, we're so non-violent. I mean, how many times have I gotten assaulted by Antifa, Proud Boys, police officers? How many times have I been assaulted by police officers alone? How many times have they grabbed my junk? They grab my junk. Like I've been sexually assaulted. We've had multiple death threats, right? I'm not a bitch. I'm not stopping, right? I'm not going to let any of that happen or stop me. So yeah, I mean, trust me, these people have done some weird, wild and crazy stuff, but we're non-violent here.
The only thing we want is the truth. We know that the media is covering up all kinds of stuff like 9/11, Jimmy Savile, Epstein, egg salad, or whatever his name is, all these wizards and stuff like that,
Yeah, I love this kid. Yeah, and we know that. And that's the thing that's so crazy about this is we expect it from the media and we know it. And honestly, from Fox News to CNN, they're all owned by BlackRock and Vanguard. They all have heads with the Council on Foreign Relations. They're all a part of the military-industrial complex. They all get their same financing from Big Pharma, and we've caught them from Fox to CNN and everyone in between, not just lying, but staging, covering up, lying about weapons of mass destruction. How many deaths did that cause, right? Covering up for Jeffrey Epstein, we know that, but we don't expect that from people like Alex Jones. We don't expect that from people like Russell Brand. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But to the people like, well, these guys are different. These guys are the thing. So I wanted to get your take on that, Rozier.
Personally, again, because of obviously I'm a visual artist. That's part of my job, my career, etc., etc. Hence why I've kind of always seen through the veil, because what I see is not what I'm being told. Russell Brand is one of those people. You look at Russell Brand and you just have to see what's on him physically to see where he is. He is constantly denying. Oh yeah, the reason I've got that symbol there is it's nothing to do with anything. These aren't the droids you're looking for. These aren't the droids you're looking for. Constantly, he's constantly doing it. Constantly, it's just it blows my mind. Absolutely, I'll stop.
So Rozier, yeah, what's your take on that? Yeah, and honestly, I've never noticed that because I haven't seen his tattoos, but I will be checking for that next time. I'm glad you pointed that out. Rozier, what's your take on these guys? Are these guys controlled opposition? Are they real? And then anybody feel free to interrupt with a Russell Brand impression or any impression for that matter.
The way I see it, Russell Brand was like this English actor, and he got his consciousness. he woke up one day and he was like, I don't want to do this stuff anymore, you know. So, and he's awake and still learning, I guess. And Alex Jones is also, you know, he's just a human being. I mean, he's not a god or whatever, you know. It's just
No, but he thinks he is.
true, true.
I wish we could play the Alex Jones mustache rage clip right now. I'm gonna have to start going live on D Live and all these other things so we can watch things together. We can watch different clips without getting a copyright strike, and we can watch Netflix documentaries when they come out, and we can pause them and we can break this down. Kathy Lloyd says they pulled off the coup in Pakistan. What are you talking about? We actually had John Kiriakou, award-winning whistleblower, author, journalist, and he was actually sectioned when working in the CIA in Pakistan. We had his thoughts on Pakistan yesterday, so please go back and check out that video. Everybody, I hope you watched that video. That was one of the best videos I've ever done. John Kiriakou, you know, and I keep in the back of my mind too, you know, once it's in the CIA, always in the CIA, so you keep everything with a grain of salt. But to me, he seems like a real dude. And like I said, I do believe that they're real dudes. People think that Assange is an actor, Snowden, and they may be. I'm not saying they are, they're not. But I really wanted to get everyone on the panel's take on that because, you know, there's in this so-called community that we're in, and I don't even consider myself community with some of these people. I guess who knows, right? But you know, there's people that think that everything is controlled. I definitely don't think that. I don't think that every single person is controlled. Now, would it surprise me if Russell Brand, Alex Jones, Snowden, Assange were all limited hangouts? It wouldn't surprise me one bit. But I also do think that there are real people. And I know for a fact that there are real people. I know I'm a real person, right? I know that there are people that are out there that are real, that have done real things and attained some success. Oh man, Rosier's coming in from the hood in the bricks. Oh, I love it. I'm in the hood right now too.
Exactly.
Good to see you.
What do you guys think about these Snowden, Assange, Alex Jones? Are these people controlled opposition? I want to get a comment from everybody here. Are some of them are? What's your take on this? Because this is something that we don't talk about a lot, but it's something because I'm not a big person of infighting. I usually will say, you know what, as long as a person's promoting a message of something, you know, I think that's going to help wake people up. But then there's the other thing, you know, that if you feed people rat poison and, you know, 90% of it's good food and there's a little small percentage that's rat poison, you're still killing people. So, you know, I have mixed feelings, but this is a topic that must be addressed. So guys, I would like all of your take. Let's start with Futoy and we'll go around to Mellows and then Rogier again and then Mrs. J again, and then Grim Reaper can have the final thought on this one.
Well, I guess when it comes to Alex Jones, it's like he started up his channel and then he started following the money. So whatever was getting him paid is the direction he went in. So he really turned into the History Channel in my eyes. Same with Brand. He had a concept. He's charismatic. He's obviously a good actor, and people started listening to him. So the more people listened to him, the more he'd go on that same subject. So they're just kind of following the fame, following the money. They probably don't believe 80% of what they're saying. That's my thoughts on those two.
Mellows, what's your take?
Yeah, I think they're all controlled. I mean, they've got to be. There's no loose cannons in this business. You know, I watched a video with Russell Brand not too long ago promoting one world. I think there are these Pied Piper type people who lead you down the garden path, and then, you know, it's a dead end. You're on your own. You know, they've got to tell you some truths in order for them to catch your attention, so you can believe. You know, every lie has a element of truth woven into it. in order to make it believable. And the more truth there is, the more you're easily more believe. You know, you want to trust them, you want to believe them. So when they do lead you down into this trap, you know that you'll fall for it.
And now, Rozier,
I don't trust them. I don't trust them.
And it's interesting because I agree with some of the things that both of you guys were saying right there too. And I still haven't made my mind up, and who knows if I will. Let's see if I will change my mind or keep my mind the way it is by the end of this panel. Rozier, do you have any other thoughts that you want to add to this topic?
Well, if Assange would be a controlled opposition, why would he be in prison then? I mean.
Well, what I would tell what the people would tell you is they would say, well, he's not in prison. He's comfy, and that's all just a photo shoot. That's a little op to make people think things. He's moving, he's going through the tunnels, and he's snuck out through the cars, and he's and down there he's eating caviar, blowing lines of coke, punching hookers. It's all an act, Rozier.
Well, that's what they say, but people say a lot of stupid stuff,
That's true, too. People think that the Earth is a globe. And actually, I just got word from behind the scenes from Mellows that he's broken past the ice wall and is now invaded a blue avian. That's a different type of alien. We thought they were going to be reptilians. It's actually a blue avian.
It's yellow and blue, actually.
We knew you could do it. We knew you could do it.
So he's actually broken into their main complex, which is just actually looks like a flat from somewhere. And we're going to get some live video from the ice, from the other side of the ice wall, definitive proof that Mellows is in fact in an apartment of the blue avian, a working class blue avian, on the other side of the ice wall. So Mellows, whenever you get the chance to pull up that video, I'd appreciate that, because and you managed to smuggle your laptop through too. So we definitely would like to get some video of that. Now, Mrs. J, what's your take on these people?
So we've got Russell Brand, Alex Jones, and who was the other one? Julian Assange.
Assange. And yeah, guys, please put your video on. Frank Royce, the coolest person that ever lived, is saying, why are there people that don't want to put their video on? Rozier was out in the hood. Rozier might be somewhere else now, because you never know where he's going to be coming through. And shout outs to Rozier before we go to Mrs. J real quick. This guy is a living legend. RHTV Live. Find him on Facebook. That's RHTV Live. Find him on Facebook. This guy, I go over there. I confront a local politician, or I'll ask a question. This guy confronted the king. And you're muted, Rozier. So tell people about how you confronted the king real quick, and then we're going to get Mrs. J's take on this.
Well, I confronted the prime minister, not the king.
So sorry, why I always confuse that.
And the 27th of April, the king is going to come over here.
Okay, that's it. Don't say anymore. So, guys, check out RHTV Live if you want to see a king owned. If you want to see prime ministers owned, if you want to have uncontrolled, unbiased, just a regular guy who's super smart, breaking down world politics. He's not controlled by anybody. He's just controlled by himself. So, Mrs. J, Russell Brand, Assange.
Could we get his link in the chat so I can go subscribe, please? Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, I'm going to put it on the screen. This is what you're going to have to find on Facebook. I don't have my Facebook here.
He's not on YouTube?
He is, but he's a loser that doesn't. I tell him I'm gonna promote your YouTube. Oh no, I don't like YouTube. But I'm like, it doesn't make a difference. You have to go over YouTube. I'll put his YouTube up on screen too. But yeah, it's on the screen right now, right below him. RHTV Live. Find that on Facebook. Go ahead, Mrs. J.
So Russell Brand, very interesting character. His ability to communicate and his word knowledge and his wordsmith ability is quite phenomenal. When you watch him, as I said, I go down the visual route. That's how I work. Again, what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, different things. So when you look at him, his body language is Christ-like. His imagery is all there are massive amounts of symbolism all over him. So have a look at what he's doing and how he's doing it. So this is you just turn the sound off. Once you turn the sound off and look at what he's doing, you're like, oh yeah, I can see it now. Yeah, he's got some very interesting things, and yes, he woke up about a year ago, and now feels like he's on our side, doing supporting us with his 5.4 million, as he declares every time he comes on. Julian Assange, I think he's the real deal, to be honest. I think it went tits up, and I think it went really wrong. But I think the guy tried, because that's how I started learning about him years and years and years ago. And the other one, Alex Jones, I don't really know. Haven't had time for that, to be honest.
I hope you guys will find me. We're going to start definitely going live on D Live, because on D Live over there, I'll be able to go live. So find me over on D Live. I'll put it up. But before you do, Rogier Hop, he's got 275 subscribers because he didn't promote it. But let's get this guy up. And honestly, he's got this interview here, which is crazy, with this prepubescent boy here. You might want to check that out. It's cool. Give it a look-see. And look, he's on the streets. Right? He's on the streets confronting fools. Look, he's got sit-down interviews. I mean, this channel is fire, dog. So check him out, RHTV Live on Facebook, in Rogier Hop right here.
Thank you, Will. Thank you.
Give him a subscription. And what was I just going to pull up, because I totally lost my train of thought?
I don't know.
I just said it. Fast rewind me. Yes. And yeah, thank you guys for all the birthday love. My birthday was the other day. Much appreciated. And I appreciate everyone that sent me a donation. I want to say thank you to $FAKEMICREALNEWS on Cash App. You guys allowed me to travel to a few different places this year already. And of course, shout outs to Auditing America for making that happen. And the way you can help me out the best is by sharing the video. Share this video right now and subscribe to all these people that I have up on screen. If you're just joining us, you're going to have to rewind, but I put all of their information up on screen, and I will eventually, at some point, edit this video and put all their links in there. So if you're watching it afterwards, please do. Does anybody remember what the hell I was just about to pull up? Because I was just about to pull it up. And then, guys, if you guys got some questions or comments for our list here, and I want to hear your take too on all of this. And yeah, so let's just round up this topic right now with Grim Reaper. I think we got everybody else's comments. Grim, what's your take on these folks?
Phonies. I don't believe them. Because, yeah, all right, they may have woken up, but they're very good at talking. They're very good at promoting themselves. They follow the money. Anybody who follows the money isn't in it for the cause. They're only in it to line their own pockets. And I just don't trust them.
Yeah, and I just want to say too, like, some people, we get the comments sometimes on Auditing America and on this channel and stuff like that. Oh, Will, you're doing this for the money. Well, my first channel was monetized for like a month after I went through the trouble of monetizing that channel. And then after that, none of my videos made enough money. You have to get $100 to get a payout. None of my videos had enough money to pay me out. Some people were nice and gave me super chats, but then they demonetized and deleted my channel, and YouTube stole the money that the super chats were for me. They usually steal some of it. Sorry, I shouldn't even be saying this. Yeah, I love YouTube. YouTube is the best. YouTube is great for giving me a platform. In all seriousness, YouTube, I'm lucky to be on YouTube. Let's leave it at that. I'm lucky to be here. This channel is not monetized. I've lost at least 2 jobs that I know of for doing this activism. And also, there are plenty of other ways, easier ways to make money on YouTube that I could do that. And I actually will open up an economics channel one day because it's useful information and it's an easy channel to monetize. But yeah, I mean, even if I could get rich off of confronting Hillary Clinton, Biden, going to the Bush house, going to Bill Gates' house, that's not a real great way to keep your money if you take a look at the track record of the people that have had runs in with these guys. And that's what I was going to bring up. Nobody was paying attention in the chat, apparently. Not one person remember what I was talking about, because you guys are all too involved in the silky smooth hair of Rozier Top from RHTV live on Facebook. And it's unfortunate, too. You guys should all get on camera here, but it's unfortunate, too, because RHTV live is, why am I searching news, is stealing the spotlight, unfortunately, because he's actually confronted. I always confuse the two. I thought
Prime Minister, not the king.
But yes, my boy Mark Root, and but yeah, who knows? He might be able to confront the king soon. So hopefully he'll be able to be in the presence of His Majesty. So let's just pull up DLive here.
I hope so.
And now DLive is on the blockchain, and that's pretty dope. Let's see, but I want you guys to follow Fake Mike Real News on DLive. I don't even know how you do it. All right, it's loading, right? So let's just go to DLive, and you go to Fake Mike.
It's okay. I'll catch up to you guys. I know where you guys are. Well, I'll be there in a jiffy, my friends.
Hold on, sorry. I don't know what I'm doing.
Hang tight now, because we're making our way out of here.
Frank Royce, I'm on my PC, and I don't have a camera on my
keep a
PC.
lookout for the cannibals.
Yeah.
Okay,
we'll just stay here and...
Well, daylight's coming.
Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm not. We can't make money of this because no one gave me a super chat. And I do appreciate the my Patreon subscribers on patreon.com/demand the truth. I got like $2 last month from Patreon, but I've had more in the past. But I got $2 off, $2.23 off Patreon or something like that. And yeah, I mean, I do use the donations to travel to certain places. When you go to Fake Mike Real News on CASHAPP, I'm able to go to different places. People say, "Hey, come here, do this. Come here, do that." So yeah, and much love to Auditing America. Honestly, and the money I get, I spend going to other places. I spend all my money in doing this. So yeah. Trust me, I can think of much better ways to get money. And there's nothing wrong with getting money either. There's actually nothing wrong with getting money.
Hey, mate, I wasn't actually referring to you. There's a lot of people.
No, I know you weren't, but I want to make it clear for the people that are just joining us, because hopefully AFE, Cody English, I know Cali Life definitely did. Hopefully Frank Royce, hopefully Bar Fighting are sharing the videos. And when they share the videos, new people get involved all the time. And especially because I remember what it was like to be a newbie too. And it's you have questions in your head. It's not interactive, right? So I tried to preempt some of the questions that people might have in their own heads, because I remember watching the people from back in the day and be like, well, what about this? And I wish I could ask this person a question. And yeah, Kathy Lloyd, thanks for going over to send Rozier a Facebook request and a follow. Much appreciated. I'm going to put his name up on screen too. And so, I just want to let you people know that, hey, I'm not a perfect person. You guys, anyone that follows the videos on Auditing America, Demand the Truth, Fake Mike Real News, Eyes in the Audit, you guys know I can be downright ridiculous. I've been mean. I've been very rude. More often than not, 99% of the time, I'm a nice person, and I always start off, except if you're a war criminal, as a nice person. But I failed. I'm not, there's much better people that should be doing this. This is why sharing the video is important, because once you share this video, new people, smart people, right? People from all walks of life get involved, and they're not me. And it's good to have somebody like me out there because I'm giving information to certain people, but it's also to have, the more people we have spreading this information, the better. So I appreciate everyone that's new and that's joining. And I guess the final point I'll make about money, there's nothing wrong with making money. There's nothing wrong with making money doing what you love doing. And you could make music about fighting the man non-violently. And that would be a great way to get paid. And you know what? I started recording some music, and you could write comedy,
right? And do that. You could make art and do that. And I'm writing down comedy too. I'm gonna try to do any and every way I can to non-violently defeat these people. Nothing wrong with getting money, in my opinion. The problem is when you have so much money and you're either misleading people or you're not. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having nice things too. It's dope to have nice things, but you should give back a little bit too. So there's nothing wrong with enjoying the fruits of your labor at all. So I just wanted to get my 2 cents in there on that, and we can switch topics too. But do you guys have any topics you want to talk about? That was only the first question, so I got a bunch. But what do you guys want to talk about? Because
I just want to say to Roger that notification is from me, just in case you didn't recognize the name.
Okay, thanks. I accepted it. So,
Okay. Go, man.
Okay, now I just put Rogier's name up on screen so you guys can find him on Facebook and YouTube under that name too. That's probably the best name that you're going to want to search for there.
No, I've just subscribed.
Thank you guys. Yeah, thank you guys to everyone that's subscribing to all this stuff. Let's talk about the situation in Ukraine because it doesn't seem to be going away at all. And usually when situations like this occur, they're kind of swept under the rug. And then we got Zelensky. And I'm no expert on this, but it looks like he may be even on green screen. It looks like I know some of the media have there's a lot of false things going on around the way now too. There's actually a false thing where somebody's like there's supposed to be body bags in Ukraine, and they're saying, look, the media is faking it, but it was actually from a climate protest, and that was dubbed over incorrectly. So you got to be careful about the fakes out there too. Once you guys see something from a truther or from the mainstream news, whoever it is, you go and independently verify that and make sure, because there's a lot of fakes out there, especially in the truth community, because they want us to share fake, stupid stuff that isn't real. But it does appear to be that there's maybe some chicanery going on with Zelensky. I hate Putin. I hate Biden. What's going on in the Ukraine, folks?
Well, the first victim is the truth, basically, and what's going on is very bad, because over here in the Netherlands, we had a referendum in 2016 about the east of Ukraine. Do not arm the east of Ukraine. Do not do that. And well, we're doing it now. So it's amazing.
There's so much. Shall I go first, guys?
You shall. You shall.
Okay. So it's fake. It's a fake. It's all fake. The invasion is fake. What they're doing is fake. It's a civil war. The neo-Nazis are in Ukraine from the Second World War, and they're killing their own people. Russia went in as a peacekeeping mission to try and sort the situation out, and you can well imagine things aren't going very well. Chap to look at is Patrick Lancaster. He's the only chap left in the kind of middle of it. He's American, married to a Ukrainian Russian lady. Another chap you all want to watch is Trigonometry. He is Russian and his wife is Ukrainian. So they have a lot of information that's coming in. Biden started it really. So
well, then you're bringing up some of the connections too, because with Biden, you can't mention Biden in Ukraine without Hunter and his connections too, and all the stuff going on with that. So that also plays into this.
The big guy, huh? The big
guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the deal.
So Hunter Biden was actually a Ukrainian citizen for a bit. He was the CEO of one of the largest gas companies in Ukraine when his dad was
VP, vice president.
Yeah. So basically there's sort of it's I would call it a money laundering country, really. So money flowing through it, and things going wrong. They have put let me rephrase that. I personally think that they put
Behind you, Naomi.
the
On the floor.
president
There you
in
go.
play. As you all know, he is an actor, and he has been placed into that into that.
Well, you need
Of course, I
anything
just
else,
joined
Naomi?
and you're chopping a body.
So
you can
yes,
come.
be clear, my
you've
love.
joined the
I
game.
just want to explain to Frank. I have a severe neurological disorder. Thanks to this situation of COVID, they never discovered it, and it's extremely bad now. So I'm sat here on 500 milligrams of pregabalin and 10 milligrams of Oromorph whilst I'm talking to you. Hence why I sound the way I do. And it's late. So that's what's been going on. Ukraine provide 10% of the wheat of the world. They provide, I think it's about 3 or 4% of the sunflower oil of the world. They are the biggest exporters to Russia and China, and they are the biggest importers are also Russia and China to Ukraine. So this was all kind of put into place by your lovely president and his wonderful son, Mr. Hunter. That is my take so far. I want you to also look at the fact that yellow and blue is everywhere, guys. It's everywhere.
Same here in the Netherlands.
Say again, my lovely.
It's the same here in the Netherlands. Everyone has like a yellow and blue flag, you know, support Ukraine. And yeah.
I'll stop there.
I'd like to make another diversion to keep us from knowing the truth. It came just after the so-called pandemic, and it's a way of trying to get people behind a small country which is having a dispute with its neighbours at the end of the day. And I agree with what Mrs. J has said, to be honest. But I think there's more important things that we need to sort out, such as freedom. Yeah, we're all fighting for freedom, and that also includes the Ukrainians, people who are standing up for their rights. At the end of the day, why do we need to have such conflicts? I mean, people are sitting around saying we're on the brink of war. No, we're not.
It's all about money, man. It's all about money.
Exactly.
You know?
Who's pulling the strings here? You know, who's pulling their strings? Somebody higher up, much higher up, at the end of the day. As Will would say, it's the wizards that are pulling the strings, in my opinion. Yeah, it's definitely some sort of diversionary tactic by the wizards and by governments to try and distract us from everything else that's going on. I mean, there's other conflicts which are going on every day, and this has just suddenly become the major topic. Yep.
2 years ago, you couldn't even hug your own grandma, you know, because of all these rules and regulations and stuff like that. And now the Dutch government is saying you have to have a Ukrainian in house, you know. So you can't even hug your own grandma, but you have to have a Ukrainian in house. It's like, what the hell? What the hell's going on?
Yeah, you know, we've covered a lot of it. We've covered a lot of insane things, and you guys would have to go back to the videos to pull this one on because we do so many videos I don't even remember. But we've covered it even more than once. But the headline was something like, let me see if I can actually pull it up. The headline was like, "Feds say it's okay to hug your grandparents again," and that just shows that's the state of the world, the government that we're in. And then Roger says, "And the next day, now you're going to take the Ukrainian refugees." So it's interesting. And you know, it's another thing too is
can I just cut in for a second here while you're on this subject? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut in like this, but wasn't Kamala Harris tested positive for COVID, and then she started kissing and hugging everybody at the White House the other day.
I don't know about that.
Which
It
is
would be crazy if it's true, but what I do know is that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden were telling refugees from Central America to go home, and now they're telling people to take Ukrainian refugees. So that's a particular hypocrisy and interest.
I believe it was Pelosi who had like the Chinese cough. You know,
The Chinese cough. I like that.
yeah.
I've got 2 points on it. First point, this has been happening in Palestine for the last 74 years. What's happening in Ukraine right now? Where's the news? Where's the refugees in our houses? Where's the money and the blankets and all this stuff? Israel has been shrinking since for 74 years, right?
You mean Palestine?
Palestine has been shrinking.
I was going to say, geez, what happened to the food toy I know I loved? Maybe food toys controlled opposition panel. What do we think?
They got to be. Second point, something to think about. What if, right? This is a what if scenario. What if China said, well, while the world is looking at Russia, maybe now is our chance to take Taiwan, right? And then that nut job in North Korea says, well, while the world is looking at Russia and China, I'll take back fucking South Korea.
Bingo.
So then you got another axis of evil happening right there. And what could we do about it? What could the world do about that? That's straight into World War III without a choice. There's nothing you can do about it. You know, you're muted.
Roger, you're muted, my pimp.
It's amazing that we tolerate this. You know, you got like this tin pot dictator over there in North Korea, thinking he's the god and stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah.
Why do we tolerate this?
Why do we tolerate countries that still have nuclear missiles, nuclear capability? Why?
Exactly.
Who's going to use it? Once they use it, the world, that's it. We're all dead. All of us.
Exactly.
When one country starts, they're all going to start. We're dead. We need to get rid of that shit. That is just such BS.
Exactly. The only entity that's being fed money is the military-industrial complex, which Eisenhower warned about.
Yeah, they're loving all this. They're probably what's the word? Orchestrated all this.
I kind of refer to it as a game of Risk. You know how Risk is played. It's almost like that. The pushback, the push me pull, you know, just slightly pushing forward. What NATO have done is what we think is being done the other way around. If you get what I mean. Putin's pushing back. He's pushing back. You know? Yeah, he's pushing back. He's going, excuse me. No.
Yeah, but why damn Russia? I mean, America is like the top dog, you know, creating all these wars in Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya, whatever else, you know, and no sanctions against the U.S. Nope. But Russia, Russia does something, you know, and all these sanctions and stuff like that. Was my mic on? Yeah.
You heard you. Yeah.
Well, we're taking it in.
Yeah.
I blame Will Turbot.
Yeah, inevitably, invariably, it's always my fault. So that's cool. But yeah, what's this YouTube we got here in the chat? Mellows, you know, we want to see some footage of, if not the blue avians, maybe at least, you know, what it looks like in the interior of a blue avian's house over there. So, what do we got here on this?
That's a really good video from High Impact Flicks. It's just posted up about that subject I was just saying. Yeah, really good video.
Shout out to High Impact Flicks. Much love to High Impact Flicks. Check out Grease Monkey videos. Check out Here's the Deal. Those are his channels: Grease Monkey videos, High Impact Flicks, High Impact blogs, and Grease Monkey videos. Here's the Deal. dope channel, man. He's one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite personalities, YouTubers, influencers. I don't know what the hell the term is for these people nowadays, but activists, truthers. He's a great dude.
He is
overall.
awesome. He's really good.
Honestly, I tend to agree with him on almost everything, and that's a rarity. There are some things that we don't agree with, and he's been also awesome enough to share quite a bunch of my videos, and we have people watching because of him. So thank you to High Impact Flicks. But yeah, what's the video about, man? Break it down, because I can't play it. I mean, he won't hit me. I mean, I won't say he won't, but he probably won't hit me with a copyright strike. I actually hit him with the StreamYard to see if he would join us. He probably wouldn't do that, but I'm just on YouTube in general, dog. I'm just not putting anybody else's videos up there besides mine. Honestly, you know, it just because honestly, I know people that this happened to that, like, and we all know this in the community is people that are your friends one day, then all of a sudden they hate you, and then they hit you with a copyright strike or something like that. And it's not saying that would ever happen with anybody, but that does happen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just not doing that. I was actually trying to look behind the scenes here for my D Live. Could you guys see if you could find me on D Live? Anybody in the chat? It's D Live, either Demand the Truth or Fake Mike Real News. I don't have any content up yet, but I should be a username there. I can't even seem to find that, because I do want to start going over there on D Live, because I think that would be cool to be able to pull up videos, because that way Mellows and everyone could just pull up videos and we could comment on it, because it's really tough to do that here. So
just want to quickly say, because I've remembered some stuff, Ukraine has the largest amount of lithium and uranium in Europe. It is the second largest country in Europe as well. So people need to kind of know about that as well. There's a lot going on there. Regarding China, that was my kind of thing before the C word hit. China have built islands out in the China Sea, and they are building boats and ships out in the China Sea. You can find this information if you look for it. It is massive, and it's right by where the 5-star point is, where all of the tectonic plates are. There's a point. Yeah,
they really want to have Taiwan. You know,
yes,
they do.
That's their goal.
That's waiting. That's just waiting to go. That's going to pop any day.
Yep.
But Taiwan have an army. Taiwan aren't defenseless. I mean, it's going to be a battle. It's not going to be an easy takeover.
I just want to briefly jump in and say that Taiwan is a free and independent state.
Absolutely.
That's all.
Yeah.
For now.
Well, that just goes up the Chinese's butt right there when you say that. So I just wanted to give Winnie the Pooh a little. Taiwan is a free and independent state.
Well, I'm going to make somebody's day, because I'm going to drop off. And Frank, that means that you'll probably only have 3.5 clowns, judging from your comments. I do appreciate the thought that went into that comment, and yeah, it was almost intelligent. But thanks very much. Listen, I've got to go.
Before you go, Grim Reaper, tell everyone again how to find you and how to help, how to donate, how to support, how to share your material.
Just go to the Grim Reaper Radio Show on YouTube. Subscribe. That'd be fantastic. Go to the website. You can listen to the radio show on via the internet, of course, and also Mrs. J's radio station as well. We're going to be doing lives. We're going to be doing interactions with everybody. And of course, Frank, you're more than welcome to join, and you can put your point across, and we will take it under consideration. Because I do like people being honest in the chat. And I've been reading your comments, and I actually think that I understand you. So thanks very much. Do appreciate it. You've not offended me in any way, and I don't think you've offended anybody else. I just thought I'd mention you in passing. It's been a pleasure, guys. Thanks for inviting me, Will. Hopefully it won't be too long before you invite me back, but you never know.
It was nice to meet you.
And I'll catch you all again sometime. Respect to everybody.
Thanks. See you again.
Cheers now. Take care.
There's
Speak to you in a
his
bit,
channel.
Grim.
Thank you, Grim. There's his channel up on screen. Make sure you go and subscribe to the Grim Reaper Radio Show. Once you go over there, you will see his channel. Once you go over there, then you go to the About. Make sure you give a subscription there. And then you'll have the direct links to his radio show, his Odyssey, his email, his TLB Talk profile, and a whole slew of all the other ways you can get in touch with them. And also the radio show is linked right here. Grim and Granddad Show, free speech, no editing. Find it on YouTube now. Give them a like, share, subscribe. Help the algorithm by giving a comment. And give them a comment like good old fake Mike sent you. Has anybody ever sent that damn comment?
They do. I put them. I put them online.
Thank you, Mrs. J. I appreciate that. Sorry, sometimes I'm too hard on everybody, but it's because I expect so much from you guys because you're so awesome. So yeah, now's the time. If you guys want to get some questions or comments in the chat, do so. Please do so. We'll address some comments and questions for any member of the panel if they feel up to taking it. Frank Royce, how did I leave you hanging, pimp? Sorry, guys. I'm very easily distracted. And yeah, and I also see a comment here. I don't do TikTok. I don't do Instagram. People say that even if you don't sign up, it's free. It takes 2 seconds to do it. And you support Auditing America. You support Fake Mike Real News on Instagram, on TikTok, just by following us. And then you can delete the damn app off your phone if you never even want to use it. At least you get that follow, right? Kylie Jenner, she's got 1 billion followers. Why don't we get a few followers to say, hey, this stuff is kind of cool too, right? So yeah, Will, what is your favorite classic rock band? I don't honestly have one, quite frankly. I grew up off hip hop. My favorite band of all time is probably Wu-Tang Clan, hands down. But I do like some classic rock joints too. But what about you guys? I was actually going to ask, what kind of music do you guys like? What's your let's go around the panel and I want to hear your number one favorite artist from every person. My favorite artist is the rapper Can I Bus. He's hands down the best lyrical MC. He helped wake me up. A lot of the activism I'm doing, even before I even knew who Alex Jones, David Icke, Jordan Maxwell, Fritz Springmeyer, any of those fools were, I knew who Cannabis was. And he was talking about Bilderberg back in '98. He was talking about all this stuff, Freemasonry, all this secret crap. So he's the guy that's responsible for me getting into this. So Cannabis is my favorite artist of all time. Futoy, what about you, boy?
Oh, damn. I don't have a favorite. I really don't. I mean,
you were telling me off camera that you love Taylor Swift. Remember the Taylor Swift post?
Oh, yeah, but Taylor Swift is like God. Not a musician.
I'll tell you what, and just
I'm in the cult of Taylor Swift.
And just to follow up, Joel says Led Zeppelin. You know what? I heard some weird stuff about Led Zeppelin, about Jimmy Page, and I see some pictures of him with an underage girl. And I would have said Led Zeppelin. My favorite modern rock bands, though, even though they're a bunch of leftists, are Rage Against the Machine. And as far as
I love Rage Against the Machine,
I also love System of a Down, and those people also call it the System. So I'll give I'll give you those answers there. So yeah, Futoy, give us a couple examples though. You can't tease us.
I'm crazy though. I like such a wide variety of music. I like from Goa trance to thrash metal to reggae to classical music to I mean I like The Cure. I like Slayer. I like Bob Marley. I mean I don't have a favorite, but I just have my favorite of the day. I guess one of my top ones. I love harmonic voice. I love people doing harmony with voices, like Boyz II Men, Bone Thugs and Harmony. I really dig Bone Thugs and Harmony. But
that's my deal to System of a Down too, because they're harmonic. They have lyrics that talk about effing the system, and they have some good riffs and some dope melodies. And yeah, Irma's saying that TikTok is created by China. And that's exactly why you should go over there. And once my first video is going to say Taiwan is a free and sovereign state. And and so what you guys, and I got that from Titus Frost. Shout out to Titus Frost. Find him on D Live and BitChute. I want to hear from the comments too who your favorite artist of all time is. So I want to hear from everybody here. And let's go to Mellows, man. Let's move over to Mellows. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go wash my hands. because you never know. The germs are everywhere. I'm going to be safe, and I'm actually going to mute
I
up.
love Taylor Swift. She's awesome.
Yeah, man. Taylor Swift.
T-Bone.
She's part of the Peekaboo Club.
You storyteller. You're a storyteller, right?
What was that lyric by Rage Against the Machine? Those who burn crosses are the same who work forces. Is it? It's talking about the racism and
Something
the
along those lines. Yeah. Something along those lines.
Yeah, talking about the racism in the American police force, which is still there to this day. It's crazy. A lot of racial profiling going on. Like even in the A1 community, like the white auditors get away with a hell of a lot more than the non-white auditors. It's crazy.
Doesn't anyone like classical music? Or
He just go up today.
Oh yeah, love classical.
About that profiling.
All right, I'm gonna tell you about classical music. I don't like that much classical music, but I only mess with one person heavy in classical music, Beethoven. Everybody else is like, do, 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 and they're all soft. Beethoven's like, no.
That's because he was dead.
Pulse is amazing. Pulse the planet.
Okay. I'll keep an open mind.
I just came across a type of music where they get classical music and they put lots of synthesizer shit in it. It's actually quite good.
Hey,
they put all the sounds and
radio show, Futo, I tell you.
What?
You need to listen to my radio show. You might quite like what I play.
Yeah, I will. I just recently subscribed, so I haven't had a chance to get into it yet, but I will definitely. I'm definitely going to follow you on that Mason stuff.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to jump back into the chat too because I don't want to neglect the chat here. Let's see. Irma says Linkin Park. Okay, interesting. Ziggy Marley. You know, some of my favorite songs. I love Bob Marley. Some of my favorite songs are with Damian Marley and Ziggy, and also Stephen Marley's got some really dope tracks too. Pink Floyd. Okay, I've listened to some Pink Floyd. Silverchair. I've heard of them. Fuck China. Yeah, Fuck China is one of my favorite bands. F Winnie the Pooh. I love those guys. Someone's talking about Tom McDonald is the best political rap out right now. You ever listen to Immortal Technique, buddy?
Immortal Technique is cool.
Cannabis and Immortal Technique, and Cannabis was out there before Immortal Technique, right? You know what I'm saying? Tom McDonald, I disagree with him on a bunch of things. He kind of thinks that it's like I disagree with him on certain things. I mean, it's at least that he's using his platform to speak out. That's fine. I disagree with him some things, but I think I'm not.
I like Rammstein as well. Do you know Rammstein?
I've heard of Rammstein. See, I need to be more cultured on the classical music, but I mess with Beethoven heavy. Black Sabbath. You know what
Black
song?
Sabbath, of course.
I'm going through the chat. So that's what Boyle Corruption says. Cody English says the Scorpions. You know it's a dope song. That War Pig song. That song is dope.
Yeah. War Pig. That's what it's called, actually. War Pig.
Yeah, that song is dope. I mess with that song heavy.
Absolutely dope.
A lot of these people, and that's what it is. Whether it's Bush, Obama, Trump, or Biden, and I'll give Biden credit because he actually pulled out. I never give a man credit for pulling out, but he pulled out of Afghanistan. Granted, he did it in the way that would have the worst possible effect on the civilians and U.S. personnel and geopolitics in general, but at least he did it. I mean, but either way, that didn't stop him from keeping things up on in Yemen. No matter what, who's the president, left or right, people keep dying, the bombs keep flying. They're all a bunch of freaking war pigs. They're all
would you see it, Will? Would you see it like you had a splinter and he just had to pull out the splinter and it was going to hurt, but he just had to do it?
Bro, you never pull out, bro. We drink Natty Light and we never pull out, except for illegal foreign entanglements, which our founding daddies warned us about.
That's actually not what she said.
That's exactly the opposite of what she said. Yeah, and guys, I'm gonna keep the stream going for a little bit. You know, I was thinking about turning this into a marathon, and maybe we'll do it for a charity. And the charity that I have in mind
because Theo did the heroic task of breaking through this ice wall and showing the Globetards that it is true, it is in fact true that the Blue Avians have been controlling us from beyond the ice wall, keeping us from the flat Earth reality.
Well, I for one want to welcome the Blue Avians and let them know that if there's any way I can help, all I demand is just a country or two to be under my control, and I look forward to working together.
Wow, he's pre-selling out. He's a pre-tyrant right there.
I just put it out there. Just putting
the feelers out. He's like Himmler during the end of World War II. There, he's like, hey, allies, you want to brother up?
Hitler, he's a bitch. Let's do it.
I hated the guy all along. And so in all seriousness, dead ass, we need to get my boy a new laptop because he's breaking down the Blue Avian society non-violently there. What's the way that people can donate to you? What's your PayPal, Theo? Can you send that to me in the private chat so we can put it on the screen? If you guys even have $1 extra to your name, $5 extra to your name, I rarely co-sign donations, but this is one I would like you guys to give. If you have $1, if you got an extra 5, 20, 100 quid. Theo is the mastermind.
Mello is a good guy.
He's not only a good guy, it's not even about that.
Yeah, but he is though. He's a good. That's just what I want to put out there.
He is a good guy. He is a good guy, but
if you're helping him, you're on the right track. You're on the right side. Definitely.
Totally agree. This guy's the mastermind behind Fake Mike Real News. He created it. Took money out of his own pocket to do it, and continually takes money out of his own pocket to do it. He's created many websites for many people. Vigilante.media, Grim Reaper Radio Show. This guy's taking money and time out of his own pockets, and he asked for nothing in return. Nothing in return. That's exactly the type of individual. Well, he actually asked me money. He said, I'm 8 months behind on this. And he said, Will, you should have never took out a loan in my name. But he said anything he could do to help. But in all seriousness, guys,
people like Mellows are the backbone of our movement.
Exactly. Honestly, you guys see me out there, and I really appreciate the nice comments from everybody on my channel. But you're only seeing the tip of the iceberg. I'm the tip of the iceberg. Beneath me, holding me up, keeping me afloat, is Futoy, is Rogier, is Mrs. J. Mrs. J has been helping incredibly behind and in front of the scenes, as is Mello. So, Mello, how can we get you a new laptop? This guy doesn't have a desktop. This guy doesn't have anything. He literally stole the demo laptop from Best Buy in 1996, and he's still using it. So we need to get Mello's a laptop. How do people donate to get you that laptop, Blair? His laptop just died. He's muted.
Yeah, sorry, I don't have a PayPal set up for that.
All right, this is what we did last time. So far, we have $20. Read up, Mello. Sorry. We have $20.
This is why I need a new laptop.
This is why you need a new laptop.
Exactly. So if you guys have any money, we have $20 so far in the Theo laptop fund. Last time I took $20 donation on my Cash App, and it's $Fake Mike Real News. Anything that you donate in the next hour or so will go directly to Theo. Well, it won't go directly to him because we'll have to freaking get him to. He's just such a loser that he won't download something because we're gonna have to get you money, brother. So we got $20 so far, thanks to a generous donation several months ago. But we need at least like 500. Bare minimum. It would be nice to have 1,000. And so I'll put it up on screen. Thank you, Miss J. All the donations that are happening now, and within the next hour, I'll show you all the donations, and we'll calculate them. And we'll make sure that this money goes over to Theo. Even if I have to send it to like Futoy to have him send it to him or something like that, we'll probably lose $1,000 with all the transaction fees. But which is all the more reason, please, to donate to Mellow. So it's up on screen, $fake. Oh, sorry, that's actually not correct, Mrs. J. It's MIC. Sorry. I'll put
Oh, yeah, that's my fault.
Do
Yeah,
you know what you can do, Will? What you can do is get the money, right? Get Mellows to pick out a laptop.
There you go.
On Amazon.co.uk, and you can just pay for it and ship it, and then you don't lose money. But listen, the other way you're saying there's people behind you. So would you class yourself as the eye candy of Fake Mike Real News?
Well, no, I wouldn't, because unfortunately, it's a real shame too. Because I look, I know I'm not the world's best looking guy. Heck, I know I'm not even anywhere on that radar. I'm not the world's sexiest.
No, you're an OG activist. I'm just joking.
Well,
with you.
I would take that. Now,
you're the real thing. You're the real McCoy.
And now that's a compliment. If you're flirting with me, I mean,
I'm not flirting with you.
That's a real compliment. But no, I mean, honestly, like, quite frankly, some people will say to me, like my friends or people that met me on this, are like, well, Will, I mean, I'm just not the type of person to get on camera and do all this stuff. Well, I'm not either. I'm actually a very private person. If you look at I only created social media to create to spread information. My first social media is just spreading information. It has nothing to do with my personal life whatsoever. I'm actually
Life
person.
Will Kelly Life says you're her eye candy.
Oh, I'm batting my little eyes. Yeah, and I appreciate you guys goofing off with me and everything. So donate to anything in the next hour is going to go to Mellows, and I thank you guys for rocking with me. I'm going to light up another one. I'm going to continue to kick it because you know what? I wish I had my laptop with me. I do. It's broken, but then I could pull up a lot of cool stuff. And for the next stream, I'm going to have D Live. I'm probably go live here and then just tell I'm going to try to figure that out as soon as I get as soon as I can possibly get my laptop fixed, which might even be today. It's actually not going to be today. It's going to be tomorrow.
AFE, make of it what you like.
Yeah, I don't know what's behind that either, and I've actually asked him before, and I either forgot or still just sometimes people are gonna say the same thing to me like 7 times before I finally get it. But yeah, I mean that's the thing is like people need to say who cares, you know what I'm saying? I don't care. I don't particularly like being on camera. I remember the first time I was on camera was awkward as hell. You know what I'm saying? It was really awkward, and I went back and watched the first 2 videos of myself because. Like I wanted to see if I was saying too much or using just to have feedback. I've never went back and watched much since then. And one day when I get older, if we're not all in a FEMA camp, I will watch some of my old videos with Auditing America and reminisce and have some good laughs. But I remember watching the first couple videos that I did. I'm sorry, I'll shut up after this. But I remember watching the first couple videos I did, and I'm like, oh my god, my voice sounds like that. That's terrible. Honestly, the way my voice sounds to my own ears sounds way cooler than it does on the playback, and I'm like, oh my god, I sound really annoying. So I'm respect to everyone that's getting there. And before I open it up, I always say this, but we got a hater, and I love to address the haters, and I don't address the haters on Auditing America. I have a strict no haters policy, but we have a hater here. So much for free speech, huh? So where's all that money going? Anyone else smell that? Well, first of all, we have yet to have any viable smell-o-vision, and this channel is not broadcasting on smell-o-vision, so I cannot smell what you're cooking. However, where's all that money going? I've got no donations right now on PayPal. I've got no donations. I just begged for a half hour to get Mellows a laptop, and I got no donations. That's I don't know where it's all going because I don't have it. Once we all get it, and then we can give it over to Mellows. So far, I got $20. I'm not going to send him $20. It's not worth it at this point. And I told him if he wants to set it up, he's the loser that doesn't want to set it up. All the money goes right to him. I don't want to have that money. I don't want to have the responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Just go right to this month. Where's that money going? There's no money. There's no money to be going anywhere, buddy. My channel is not monetized, and you can't even send me a super chat if you wanted to, buddy. So, and all the donations, as I said, for the remainder of this hour are going to Theo. So, whatever that you want to know where the money going, it's going to Theo, bitch.
Yeah.
Any other questions or comments? Any other
dissenters? I'd like to address it as well, if that's all right, Will.
Please.
Hi, Robbie. It's nice to have somebody who's got a difference of opinion. You write so much for free speech here. I think we're being quite open. So where is the money going? Right. I just like to say that Mellows and I have been working together about 4 or 5 months now, and every single penny that man has is going into this project. Do you know why? Because he is doing the best that he can with what he's got. All right. We are all doing the best that we can with what we got. We are trying to push forward what the fuck is going on. And if you feel that you don't want to be a part of that, fuck off.
Yeah, I'll just say too, like, I mean,
well said. Well said.
Exactly. Very well said. I mean, Futoy has helped me, but literally every single person on this panel has helped me. Futoy backed up all of the Auditing America videos. Matter of fact, we need to do that again. Literally backed up all of the Auditing America videos. You know how long that takes? You know how long that takes to back up all of those videos? We had like 500 videos at the time. Now we have over 1,000. We backed up all those videos. He did it at no cost. He bought the hard drive and he sent it out to us for free. He saved Auditing America for free. So if anything ever happened to Auditing America, you can thank Futoy. Mellows, out of his own pocket, paid for my website, paid for the hosting, took his own time to build that website. I tried to send him money, and we're gonna find a way to send him money, right? Because that's happening. And if I die, that's still happening. That's one of the things I want to happen when I die is Mellows to get whatever. He's definitely getting my broken laptop. You're in line for my broken laptop, idiot. Sorry, I got to stop calling people idiots because even though it's a joke, and I'm not an idiot, Theo's not an idiot. These are very smart people. Well, Theo's made multiple websites. Now Miss J, who I'm relatively new with, she's been helping tremendously behind the scenes and on camera, right? She's not getting paid for any of this. Rogier's helped me. Yes. I mean, so much just in information, just with some of the guests that he's put me on with. All these people have helped me tremendously behind the scenes, literally putting themselves out of money to help me, somebody that they've never even met in real life. And that says a lot about the character and the quality of someone's character. So thank you guys all for everything that you do. I mean, like, honestly, this is what it is. I mean, I've worked for corporations before. I worked for banks before. Do you think that I couldn't have taken off the snapback and put on a suit and said, oh, yes, I'm going to sit in this cubicle and do whatever you said? You think I couldn't be a supervisor? You don't think I couldn't be a district manager? Think I hadn't already been a district manager? Of course I could suck up to the man and make tons of money. I could be doing that right now, but I'm not. Because there's more important shit to be doing right now.
Money is made out of nothing, right? You got these central banks making money out of nothing and this and that. And we got like wizards and war criminals that are leaders, We have to put the fire to them, and demand the truth. That's the only thing we want. We want the truth. That's what we want.
Will's first channel, Demand the Truth. I love that name.
Yeah.
We still got Demand the Truth. We still got Demand the Truth. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put it up on screen. We got FAKEMICREALNEWS.com here, brought to you by Theo.
Demand the Truth.
To help the Mrs. J.
7.0.
That's right. Demand the Truth. It always goes down, but it always comes back up. Never pulling out, though. That's the crucial thing. So you just go to YouTube, guys. Please. I haven't uploaded there. I'll be honest. I haven't uploaded there in quite a bit. But
oh wow.
The resurrection of Demand the Truth. And take a look at these videos. I don't do this enough. Please subscribe.
Yeah, also, you've got to remember, there's only 24 hours in a day. And we can only educate you individually with the knowledge that we've got. We're all working from different angles and coming at this from different angles. And together we are creating a network of people who have learned and have the ability and the knowledge to share with you. So it's an honor for me to be part of this, because I have met people now who completely understand what I've been talking about in many a festival field for the past 30 years. I've met people now who are pushing forward. We are doing everything we can so that you guys can share that knowledge, push that knowledge forward. Go find it. Go seek it. Prove us wrong.
Yeah. I feel the same, Mrs. J. I feel the same.
Hello, Erica.
Yeah, shout outs to Erica. Much love to
just-
Erica. Erica is also somebody else behind the scenes who has supported not just me in many ways, but she's also supported other activists. And, you know, because of her help, I was able to go places. I was able to do things. And, you know, like a lot of these videos that you guys see up here on screen is because of you guys, right? Look at this awesome interview. Astrology, quantum physics.
Oh, yeah,
right?
I remember
Then we
that.
got, take a look at this one. This is one of my most, I've interviewed him a few times, but this video right here, although we got to change this dumbass thumbnail with my eyes closed. And people say, no one's ever going to take you seriously with a whisk in your hand. Well, America's #1 death investigator, Joseph Scott Morgan, sure did. And he's all over the mainstream news. And he breaks down an exclusive here about Epstein and the disease that shall not be named that you'll never get anywhere else. He proves on my show Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. He proves without a shadow of a doubt. That's not me saying it. That's America's #1 death investigator. 568 views? Oh, great. Thanks a lot. Share that video.
Weren't you the last person to interview McAfee?
Well,
that was a great interview.
Well, yeah. I'm not sure if that was the last one, but yeah, it was pretty close if it wasn't. And then also Jordan Maxwell. We've got the last few videos with Jordan Maxwell. Rest in peace to the god. Also, Doc Marquis, who was incredibly influential in this movement. Before he passed away, I'm going to start uploading those. He took me under his wing, and we did a whole radio show. And he sent me all of his documentaries, sent me his book. Doc Marquis, rest in peace to Doc Marquis. So that's why I actually wanted you on the show today, Futoy, because everyone that I interview actually mysteriously ends up dead. And I was just hoping that the same would happen to you. Just kidding. Okay, nobody did that, so I just spell it out. But yeah.
You know what? I have a little bit of an objection to you guys saying wizards, because, and that's something I think Mrs. J is going to find out on her journey, is that in the occult and in these mystery schools, there's good and bad. There's not just
That's
the
true.
evil guys.
I stole that
There's
word
the good
from,
guys as well.
I stole that word from Titus Frost. He called them wizards because Bill Gates has a joke, or not a joke, but he has something where he says he's a minor wizard, and some of these people say that they're wizards. So why don't we
Dark wizards would be a bit better.
Yeah, let's go to the chat and the panel right now. Maybe we can think of a better word for these diddlers than wizards, because I like wizards. But yeah, you're right. You know what? We can
You could say dark wizards, you know.
And then look, here's Titus Frost right here. We've got several band videos with him.
Like look at witches, right? They were burnt at the stake, and they were evil, and Satan's wives, and all this stuff. But realistically speaking, anybody in Wicca it's just a religion to do with nature, right? And with natural things. And because they were against the spiritual beliefs of the majority, they were burnt at the stake and they were killed, and their religion was attempted to be wiped out. They're not bad. They're not bad. These people were not bad.
I've been saying wiggers aren't bad for a long time, and I've been wearing my snapback. I've been trying to be down with the culture.
No, that's a different type of witches.
Okay. I thought you're talking about the oppressed genocide occurring in China, because Taiwan is a free and open state, Winnie the Pooh.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, and by the way, that FU2 Biden, FU2 Trump, while we're on it, hey, Putin. Zelensky, you too. Every single one of you guys out there. I don't forget about Demick or Mark Root, none of those fools either. And so, you know, we have you guys on from all over here too. Let's talk a little bit about. Let's start with the Netherlands, and then we can walk through to the UK and Ireland. But what are some people? Because the majority of our viewership here, at least according to the demographics compiled by YouTube, are folks from the States here. So, why don't we talk a little bit about where you guys are from and things that Americans wouldn't know or things that would be important for Americans to understand? Because
Well, there was something like that mentioned tonight. Well, actually, I was thinking about that, and I was even thinking that Mrs. J could probably do something on it. She mentioned the Craze brothers. Have you heard of them?
no. How do you spell their name?
I'm not sure.
K-R-A-Y.
Right. So there were these two big time gangsters.
Yeah.
Very famous, and there's even movies about them. I think, is there, Mr. J?
There is.
That's very violent, extremely psychopathic, but very interesting story, And you mentioned that, Mrs. J. I can't remember in connection with what though.
They ended up in Broadmoor with good old Jimmy.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But these guys, you don't mess with these type of people. Hey, will fuck you up.
It looks like it. I mean, just look at the mugs on these guys here. I mean, this guy looks like the British Al Capone here.
Yeah, that's basically what they were.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Except more violent.
And you know what's interesting too is you do have that connection with historically. You have Giuseppe Mancini, and I'll put him up on screen too. And it's interesting because I'll put him up on screen. So I was watching the new World War II, one of the new World War II documentaries there on Netflix. I've watched all the other ones like 2 or 3 times. I'm a documentary file. I've watched literally at least 30,000 documentaries in my day.
I'm with you. I'm the same.
We should have a stream soon where best documentaries. We can start watching some documentaries on DLive too and break them down. But one of the things that I learned, because you can learn, people say, well, will you watch too much History Channel? But then some people say, will you watch too much Titus Frost or whatever, or you watch too much whatever? But I watch too much everything. As I always say, you get information from as many different viewpoints as possible, and you verify them, keep an open but skeptical mind. But you do find things out. Like you find things out from the History Channel, like that the Russians actually faked one of the first encounters in space. It's like, okay, so if the Russians are doing it, why wouldn't the United States do it? Or you find out things that you're like, oh, you hear something that somebody says from the alternative viewpoint, and you're like, that sounds crazy. But then you hear the History Channel admit it, or you hear, by the way, Harvard, all these different channels, they have their own YouTube channels too.
I can't take the History Channel seriously with ancient aliens, though.
There's a lot of that. There's even worse ones now. But,
is there? But ancient alien researchers agree with everything.
Yeah, and they all agree with one another.
Ancient alien researchers think yes.
And then it's another one, the Curse of Oak Island. They've been searching on Oak Island for some treasure.
Oh yeah, the big tunnel.
And then they're like, and then the treasure hunters Mark and Rick and Marty Lagina show up to Oak Island. They're met by the metal detection expert. A button from the 18th century. Could this possibly be a clue? No, shut the hell up. Like,
it's a fucking button. Cali Life, I'm a tater tot too. I'm also a tater tot.
What's so funny is Swamp People. I mean, I've watched every single one of them, so I know how bad it is. Swamp People is, you know what I'm saying? It's like there's no real plot or anything. It's just like, hey, I'm a redneck and I'm going to show you footage of me killing a gator. But they always cut away from that anyways because, they're not going to show violence on the History Channel. So that's a pretty weird show anyways. But I've grown to love Troy. He seems like a good guy. But my point watching, and the reason I watch the mainstream stuff as well as the alternative stuff, as I've already told you, is because in this new World War II documentary, and we're bringing up Mafioso here and its connection to Jimmy Savile, which I find fascinating. But we also have them reporting on the new Netflix documentary saying, oh, actually, in the Allies' invasion of Sicily, when Britain and America were invading Sicily in World War II, the U.S. talked with American gangsters in the mafia and also Lucky Luciano to make sure that the Italians, who are obviously fighting with the Germans, would either lay down their arms and or welcome the Americans or put up little to no resistance. And I'd never heard of that before. And then they show you a Sicily mob boss getting on a U.S. Sherman tank, rolling around, having a U.S. soldier light up his cigarette. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And apparently Lucky Luciano was later asked the U.S. to let him out of jail, which they did, and they deported him to Sicily so he could continue to reign over there. So I found that fascinating. But then also the reason I'm bringing Giuseppe Mazzini up is because Giuseppe Mazzini, as you see here, was one of the people, according to multiple accounts, who took over the Illuminati after what's this guy's name?
Weishaupt.
Adam Weishaupt, thank you. Passed the mantle, and then he passed it possibly to Albert Pike. And Mazzini is also involved in this same people. So you have historically, the point I'm making here is these people have their ties to organized crime, and it's very interesting. And some of these true crime and these serial killers and the Unabombers, they have their hands and their connections into it. So it's more than just some of these isolated events, as history might make you think. And it's pretty interesting to see the connections that we continually see, the same overlapping connections, guys.
Well, see, Cody English, is he trying to plug his OnlyFans page? I am an expert at waving my wand.
I don't know. I don't want to hear about that, Cody.
Just joking.
I did have an OnlyFans. They wanted me to verify with my passport, but nobody. It was fake Mike Real Nudes. Everything was fully closed. But I didn't get. You're talking about how me being the You're talking about me. Yeah, isn't that such a great name?
You should do it. You should do it. Just name.
But no, I was completely fully clothed, and what I would do is I was putting up the videos that not only got banned from my original YouTube channel, but then when I upload them on Demand the Truth 17.0, then they would get banned from there. So I have some videos that were just so banned, they were so hardcore they could only be seen in OnlyFans, but I didn't get one damn subscriber. So yeah,
these people are going for perverted reasons, and they're like, what?
You know what?
And you're like, guys, you gotta listen.
I mean, I'll put up pictures of my toes on OnlyFans if it'll get people to wake up. I mean, I really at this point don't care. I'll put you know what I'll do? I'll put pictures of my toes up, and I'll paint my toenails that said 9/11 is an inside job, or Jeffrey Epstein did. That's not enough words for that. Maybe I'll have to grow a fourth foot. But yeah, so guys, we can see, this has been a chill stream. Thanks for joining us, and we'll still kick it for a little bit here. And I appreciate the panel for joining us, and the guys in the questions and the comments. Let's get some more questions and comments going here. From the chat, this is one of the longest streams ever, and that's why I don't.
Let's have some questions.
And the thing is, it's unfortunate too, because I actually prefer some of the long streams. I like going and breaking things down, doing things up on screen, showing people videos, and showing people the stuff up on screen so they can see stuff for themselves too. It's always good for them to independently verify all this information, of course, but it's important to do that. And for a while I had the idea, let's keep it 45 minutes, let's keep it an hour, people's attention spans, but
there's a flow of traffic there, which is quite nice. Will, you've got a kind of a nice flow of people coming in and out, and
well, you know what? I really wish people watch yesterday's interviews, my best interviews with the other people, see my best confrontations. That's what I really want people to share. And you know what? We got 17 people in here. There's channels that are way smaller that have way more. They got hundreds of people watching. But I don't care. I mean, because I heard in the chat the other day from somebody, and I've heard it a few times, that, hey, Will, you woke me up. I randomly came across an auditing video. And then I heard you start talking some shit about other stuff, and I went and checked it out, and I've been following your channel, and now I'm doing something. That is the best thing. Even if I've only converted one person, like, my life is a victory. That person's going to go out and do certain things. We interviewed John Kiriakou yesterday.
That is the reason why we are doing this.
That's why we do this. I don't care if there's 18. I don't care if there's one person watching. Even if there's 0 people watching right now, doesn't make a difference. This video will go up. We'll share it, and it's all that matters. That's why it's important that people share the videos, because that's how we reach new people. We're not exactly algorithmically friendly here at Fake Mikey, so we literally rely on Irma, Bar Fighting, Cody English, Caddy Daddy, AFE. We rely on you. We literally rely on you to share the videos. That's how we get new people. That's the whole reason every single person on this panel does what we do, is because we don't have enough people to non-violently wake up and change the world. We don't think that we're going to save the world and it's going to be utopia and all of a sudden murderers and rapists are going to stop doing that. We don't think that, but we definitely realize that the way things are going and the words and the books and the videos from these people saying exactly what they're going to say and doing exactly what they're going to do, stripping of us of our rights, we've all witnessed it. So the time is now to do something. We've already seen how things are bad before the last few years, right? And now things are getting exponentially worse. So the time is now to do things, and the time is now to share. Go ahead, Roger.
Look at Madeleine Albright, right? Now, she died like a week ago or whatever else. And our prime minister is like, it's very sad that she died and stuff like that. Now, on 60 Seconds, she said...
60 Seconds is the name of my sex tape. You're referring to 60 Minutes.
60 Minutes, sorry. She said it's good to, it was worth it to have like 500,000 kids die in Iraq. It's worth it. What? That's not worth it. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
Yeah, she was talking about the sanctions we were placing on Iraq, if I recall correctly, and they said that the sanctions would lead to the death of nearly 500,000 people. She said, "Are you okay with that?" Yeah, I'm okay with that. Like Hillary Clinton. We came, we saw, he died. They don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care if you die. As a matter of fact, I was listening, and I forget the guy's name. If someone's awesome enough in the chat or even remembers, it's Klaus Schwab's main advisor. I'm losing his name. I just looked it up. I could probably find it on my phone somewhere. But I'm terrible at multitasking, as you guys are well aware, which is why you need to share the video so other people get non-violently involved too, and I don't have to multitask. See, I'm already losing my train of thought here. But yeah, I'm talking about the lead advisor to Klaus Schwab there, and the World Economic Forum, and that's another point to bring up too. This World Economic Forum, Putin was one of their young leaders. You know what I'm saying? And these are the and anybody that's unaware in the chat of the World Economic Forum, look those people up. And then another thing, you know what we're going to do right now, guys? Because we have them right here. We're going to look up the World Economic Forum, and then we're going to do a couple other things too. We're going to take while these gentlemen and young ladies speak, I'm going to be showing you guys some things on screen, and I want you guys to take a look at this. Now, I'm just going to say one thing further, and I'm going to open up to the panel. We have the World Economic Forum's official website here on screen. This is what I'm going to be pointing out to you. You guys are much better multitaskers than I am. So what you're going to want to be doing now is you're going to be wanting to look over, and I'll highlight words and different things, but look at some of the overlap. I'm going to go through a few websites here, so pay attention, but also pay attention to the people that are speaking, because this is going to be some interesting stuff. And now, note again, I'm talking a lot today. It's just because I haven't been going live as much as usual, and I have to shut up when I'm interviewing people. And this is a panel where we're all peers here. Well, these guys are honestly on another level than me, but it's my channel, so so now I'm cool. But one of the things we have to recognize is people, and this is important when you're waking people up. This is a very important point, so I want to talk about it for 1 second. One of the things people will counter me with, and I've witnessed it many times over the years, is, well, Will, where you're getting your information from, you can't believe everything that you see on the internet. Okay, I agree with that. So notice when I'm going through these websites here, like the website on screen, this is their official website. I'm not going to blueavianreptoids.com. I'm not going to Alex Jones, davidike.com, none of that stuff. I'm not going to Breitbart. I'm not going to MSNBC. I'm going to the actual website, the worldeconomicforum.org. So I'll let you guys, I talked about a lot of stuff here, and anybody can go to this website and pull it up. And one more thing I will say is the Wayback Machine, aka the Internet Archive, is a powerful tool when they change websites. You can go back and look at Jeffrey Epstein's old website and see that he was a member, and we pulled it up on screen. Maybe I'll see if I can pull that up on screen right now. Memory holders, put it up on screen. What have we been talking about here? Trilateral, World Economic Forum, Council on Foreign Relations, the Bilderberg Group, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, right? We've been talking about all this stuff, and came out. You can go back on the Internet Archive yourself. You can go to the Wayback Machine yourself, do it yourself. Don't believe me. I might even pull it up on screen right now if I can find it. And I will. I'll do it just to do it. But even if I pull this shit up on screen right now, go look at this shit yourself, because we told you about the
everything is hidden in plain sight.
Rothschild, it's right there. And you go on to Jeffrey Epstein's old website. He was a member of the Rockefeller University Board. He was a member of the Council on Foreign Relations and the Trilateral Commission. Every single shit that we told you is out, and we're going to show it to you on screen from their websites, not a conspiracy website, their own website. So sorry for that long rant, guys, but continue.
No, for the people watching, you guys need to realize these are shadow organizations, right? We cannot vote on these people. We cannot vote them away, you know? So these are shadow organizations. And if you look at the Pandora Papers, which is basically tax avoidance, you have like Putin and Zelensky in the Pandora Papers, you know? So they're fighting each other, but they're both evading taxes in Panama. So it's, you know.
Okay, I'm going to jump in right here real quick, too. And this is their official website. And I'm sorry, guys, I'm doing this. I really do apologize profusely, but I think this is important for people to know, right? I'm going to go through the Council on Foreign Relations website, too, their official website. We're going there next. And then maybe we'll check Jeffrey Epstein's website. But just so you guys know, well, I'm on the official World Economic Forum website right here. This is partners, right? And there's different levels. There's a number partnership 3, 5, and there's different letters. We're going to scroll through some of the letters. I don't have it in the background, but I'm just going to point out some of them right here. This is just A. This is A. AARP. Adobe. Amazon. Right? Anglo-American. Right?
Sorry, Will, do you see, can you scroll up a little bit again?
Yes,
Just
sir.
to pop in? Do you see that one there? ABN AMRO. I think that's a Dutch bank, isn't it?
Let's find out right now. ABN AMRO.
I think Dutch bank. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay, so we don't even have to check. We got it from somebody who is Dutch. So great. We still check it, but I'm going to take their word for it now for brevity. But guys, go and check it. It's a Dutch bank.
I think it's the main Dutch bank, is it?
There's ING and ABN, which are the two main banks in.
Okay, so you see and this is just A, guys. Look, AIG, right? This is just A. Oh, weird. AstraZeneca. That's weird. That's a weird one, huh? I'm surprised that they came up. You're just gonna see the same B. That's okay. Keep going, guys. But I'm gonna scroll through the names so you know what I'm doing here, guys, and just take a look. I'll scroll through a little bit slower. But take a look. I'm gonna scroll over the ones that I want you guys to look at while these folks are talking here. Oh my God! Last one, I promise. Look at this one. Do you guys see this one here?
BlackRock. I see.
Do you see that? Do you see Bloomberg?
Yeah,
weird. What's
that?
BlackRock?
What's BlackRock?
Well, you know what would be interesting if you pulled up some of these names up on YouTube, on Yahoo Finance, and see who the shareholders are.
Yeah, and let's do that after the Council on Foreign Relations. Remind me to do that, please, because you guys know how distracted I can be. But take a look at this. On the same list, Bank of America, Bank of China, Bank of America, I mean, this and Barclays, another one of the biggest banks, BASF, Bayer, Big Pharma, again, right? BP.
Big Pharma.
Oh, military industrial complex. Oh, interesting. And I'm not even looking at all these names. These are just popping out to me, right? Imagine if and we're not, but you get it, right? You get it. So this is Coca-Cola. You're going to say the same thing. Carlyle. Carlyle. Have we ever talked about those guys on the channel? Cargill.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Carlsberg is there.
What's Carlsberg?
It's a beer.
Oh, damn. I wish Carl. Hey, well, guess what, guys? Carl's Jr.'s not on here. So, guys, go enjoy your Carl's Jr. GMO burger, I guess. So, yeah, this is just the World Economic Forum. And in the World Economic Forum, people like Klaus Schwab, people, I mean, just listen to what he says. He's got a new book called The Great Reset, okay? These people said in the future, in 2030, you're going to own nothing. You're going to like it.
Own nothing and be happy.
And be happy. You're going to be happy. So now the Council on Foreign Relations, we've talked about the Council on Foreign Relations for a long time here. We talked about these guys for a long time. In short, the Council on Foreign Relations was created shortly after the First World War by the Rockefellers, by the same old players, right, that we always talk about here. And almost every single Secretary of Trade, almost every single Secretary of State, almost every single president, Democrat or Republican, has been a member of the Council on Foreign Relations. And these people called for globalization. These people called for an end to our sovereignty as a nation. And so we're going to go to the...
Before you move on, Will, with that page, yeah? If you just get back the page as it is. Again, a visual artist. What I want you to do is just, if you just go back up, Will,
yep,
and look at what you're looking at. So you've got the left-hand side, you have Jewish Orthodox, and on the same page, you've got a sign saying war crimes. Yeah, can you see
how, you know what, Mrs. J, that is amazing that you put that together, that it's like in the same context right there. That it's almost subliminal, but it's not. It's almost like, it's interesting. And then you get the war crimes prosecutor, and honestly, if this photo wasn't colorized and the font was different here, you could imagine that's a scene out of World War II, right? So we're just going to leave it at that. And another thing I want to say very clearly here on this channel, because then, and this is something that I want to pick the panel's mind about a little bit too. And thank you everyone for rocking with it. I can't even see what's going on in the chat now. So if you got questions or comments, hold tight with them for a little bit, because I'm just on this other screen here. But one of the questions that you will obviously, one of the first questions you will run into when you are you start going down this rabbit hole is, okay, so if it's not the president and these people are puppets and these people are blackmailed, I'm speaking in generalities here, of course. And that's why it's important to share the video so new eyeballs get on this and new people understand this. Oh, sorry. You think, well, who's at the top of this? And I'll let you guys comment on this while we show you the corporate membership of the Council on Foreign Relations. And you can look up individual memberships. We've done it many times here. And your favorite politicians from left to right, there'll be names on this here. I'm not going through the individual memberships. You guys can go ahead and do that yourself. Just go to CFR.org membership. You wonder who runs things. And then then there's the names that always pop up. And it could be, some people say it's the Bilderberg Group. Some people say it's the Freemasons. Some people say it's Skull and Bones. Some people say it's the Vatican. Some people say it's the Anglo-American establishment, the British royal family. Some people say it's the Jews, right? I, in my opinion, don't think it's just one of those groups. I think it's a variety of different people working mainly in concert, but also against one another sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's about 12 altogether, but you've got the people above that, but there's 12 international groups that work and are kind of competing against each other for top dog, really. You need to look into the Lee family. If you haven't studied the Lee family, I think people need to look at that, obviously, because China's playing quite a big part at the moment. Just have a little look at that, the Lee family.
That's L-E-E, right? L-E-E, or
it's L-I.
Oh, okay.
And that's something else too. I mean, we've had Fritz Springmeier on the show, and he's got his book. And I'm not saying I agree with all of this too, but he's broken down the 13 bloodlines of the Illuminati and some of the more powerful families. That doesn't mean that's a definitive list, but that's something that you want to look into. You definitely want to look into the Lee family. And as I get comments here from Mellows and Food Toy here, we're looking at the Council on Foreign Relations website. We scrolled all the way to the bottom. The About, especially if you've never been to that website, you always, in my opinion, want to start with the About on that website, who we are, and it's going to show the people, the main people. We're going to skip over that because we've been to that website many times for sake of brevity. This has already been a particularly long stream. Now, you'll see the membership. There's the individual membership, which I was talking about, and we talked about how Gina Raimondo, the who's who.
Look at the symbolism. Crazy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I'm glad you're picking up on this, right? So you got the symbolism here, and then you got the lion here, and then you just click here, and I'm going to shut up now, but just take a look at the names. I'll highlight them again. Take a look at the corp members. We just looked at the World Economic Forum. This is the Council on Foreign Relations. This is, as Roger Hopp was talking about, the shadow government. All right, let's see. They've changed the website up a little bit. Where's the corporate members? Hold on. You guys can go ahead and talk. I'll figure it out in 1 second.
It's there somewhere.
Do you think it's sorry to use this?
Sorry, guys. It's right here. You have to pull it up separately. Sorry. Continue. Sorry, Food Toy.
It's good. Do you think it might be a bad analogy, but it's a type of like Game of Thrones scenario, and some of the families are countries, some of the bigger countries, but then you'd have the Vatican, which is also a country, I guess, in itself. So you have some of the big players being some of the countries, the Vatican, some of the bigger mafias like the Russian mafia, the Yakuza, I suppose the American Italian mafia. You have all these players, with all their different agendas and making allies and breaking allies, and
it's money laundering. They're flowing money through Hong Kong, London, and it's washing, flowing, keeping it all going whilst we pay into it so that they can do this.
You can even see this in movies, James Bond, Spectre, shadow organization doing all these terroristic attacks and stuff like that. Even in the movies, it's right in front of your face.
Yeah, there's a cartoon on Netflix, and it's a parody on the shadow government.
Yeah.
Well, as I have your attention here, we just went to the World Economic Forum, the same people that say you're going to own nothing and be happy. We're a bunch of rich corporate elitists. We run things. You guys are arguing about things. Well, we're all part of this special, awesome group, and we're better than you. That's the World Economic Forum. Then we're talking about the Council on Foreign Relations. Please do your own research into the Council on Foreign Relations, the history of the Council on Foreign Relations. The best, most scholarly place to start would be to get a copy of The Anglo-American Establishment, written by American historian and author Carol Quigley, and also Tragedy and Hope. And now we're looking at the corporate memberships. We've skipped over the individual memberships, which I would implore you to research on your own time at this official website, cfr.org. Just take a look at some of these people we have on screen.
You're going to hate what I'm about to say, but they've manipulated and molded the system to the point where today we can't be without these companies.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. I hate it because it's true.
I hate it too, but
because you're right.
That's what they wanted all along. That's what they wanted.
We live in a fascist world.
Can I ask something?
Please do, but I'll say this: any type of actual competition is null and void because they run everything via these companies right here, especially BlackRock and Vanguard. But look, Meta's there. JP Morgan Chase. Go ahead, Mrs. J. But take a look at the thing, and then they have the President Circle. Bayer. Didn't we see their name? Interesting. The President Circle. Big Pharma. Oh, Dell. Deutsche Bank. Right. I'm sorry, I can't shut up, but take a look at the names right here.
It's anybody who has money, really. Like even somebody said the royal family. Yeah, the royal family are one of the players because they've got so much fucking money. That's why.
Same here in the Netherlands. The Bilderberg group was actually a meeting in the Hotel Bilderberg. That's how they got their name. And Hotel Bilderberg is in the Netherlands. You know,
All right.
That's right. And people
all
need to
started here.
realize that the people that, in my opinion, the highest seat of power that we can see that's on display for everybody, as far as meetups and memberships that are publicly on display, is the Bilderberg Group. The Bilderberg Group was started by the royal family of England, the royal family of the Netherlands, some Nazis, the Rockefellers, and the Rothschilds, and these same groups, Johnson and Johnson, Lockheed Martin, Merck. Oh, you ever heard of these guys? You ever heard of Microsoft? You ever heard of Bill Gates? I don't know, Northrop Grumman. You ever heard of the military industrial complex? Hey, you ever heard of Palantir? You ever heard of Pfizer?
Pfizer, yeah.
Weird. I mean, TikTok.
Well, Pfizer was blown up in Ukraine by Russia about 5 weeks ago.
Really?
I have not heard that.
Yeah, they have one of their main kind of production was in Ukraine.
Oh, apparently somebody asked the Ukraine recently to join the EU, brought the papers to Ukraine for them to sign up to the EU.
Didn't Ukraine have like biolabs and stuff like that?
They blew up 31 altogether. 31.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, Ukraine also makes flour. We're also growing flour that makes bread. I mean,
yeah, we're buggered food-wise for winter.
Yeah, I mean, but that's crazy for Putin. You don't take something so addictive to the people of the world away from them. He's taking bread and oil, heating oil. Are you crazy, Putin? If it was coffee, he'd be gone already. Like, I give him 3 months.
Yeah, but the reason why Putin is doing this is because of the coup in 2014. You know, so America interfered in Ukraine. Victoria Nuland, we got her on tape. You know, and she installed a puppet government. That's why Russia is attacking right now.
Right.
So I just want to briefly
Game
now
of Thrones.
redirect your gaze from the lovely panel that we have here to the screen, on screen. Oh, see, that works with Food Toy. On screen, we have the Bilderberg meetings. When I first started talking about the Bilderberg group years ago, they said it didn't exist, and now they have the official website. And we'll just show you some of the participants as we're going through. But take a look at this. I mean,
if you look at the agenda points, right? Agenda.
Very good point. Talk about that. It's on this website too. I wasn't going to go over it right now, but I'm glad you brought it up.
You see Russia. You know, every time they come together, they talk about Russia. What are we going to do with Russia and stuff like that? It's at the talking points.
And so take a look at some of the members here. I'm not familiar with this individual, but he's out in Great Britain, and we got some great British people out here right now. Andrew Adonis, he's a member of the House of Lords. Then we've got the Director General of UNESCO, Audrey Azoulay. That's a big name, right? Office Secretary of Defense, James Baker. We've talked about him going back years here. Then you got Chairman of Goldman Sachs, former President of the European Commission, Jose Manuel Barroso. Right? Let's take a look at some of these. Just a couple, right?
Will you skip the F list? Just skip it. Don't look at the Fs. Don't look at the F.
I'm going right to the Fs next. Oh, but hey, it's weird.
No, don't look at the Fs. It wasn't me.
Oh man, if you're on this list, oh my God! All right, look,
it's not me.
But take a look. This is the point. I'm glad anybody that stuck through to all this, because we were talking about real awesome information the whole time. But
hidden in plain sight, Will. Hidden in plain sight.
It is all right here. This is the president of the World Economic Forum, is also a member of the Bilderberg Group. I would be willing to bet money. Well, he might also be. Well, the Council on Foreign Relations is actually mostly an American group. Then you have the governor of the Bank of England here, right? Oh, and then you have the founder and CEO of Jigsaw Alphabet. Wonder why that would come in handy. The National Space Council, never heard of this guy, but I don't even know what that is, but that sounds interesting, right? Goldman Sachs. I'm just scrolling through some of these names here. And we're going to get to, oh my God. No, not him.
not my favorite.
Henry Kissinger.
Right. I mean, we're just scrolling through some of the names, and you see what's going up. Oh, and look, His Majesty the King of Netherlands. They didn't even say his name. They just put His Majesty. Oh, David Petraeus, and David Rockefeller's an honorary member, right? Oh, Mark Root. Were we just talking about him earlier today?
I confronted that guy, man.
This guy owns Bilderberg members. Oh, you guys ever heard of Eric Schmidt, the guy that basically made Google what it is? Oh yeah, Eric Schmidt. He's still the technical advisor over there. These are the Bilderberg boys and girls. Oh, Peter Thiel. You ever heard about Peter Thiel? I have. If you haven't, you should look into him. So that's that. And then, yeah, let's get to any final talking points that you guys want to get to. I need to use the bathroom. And actually, I'll stick around for a couple more comments from the chat. Someone brought up Pippa Malmgren, and I don't know who that was.
Wasn't there?
Yeah, there were a few questions, and I want to get to the questions before we go. And someone brought up in the chat Pippa Malmgren. I didn't know who that was. I looked it up. It's technology entrepreneur and economics, special assistant to George W. Bush, National Economic Council. If you could be more specific with your questions, guys, too. I'm going to scroll up a little bit. But yeah, please get your questions or comments in now, because we are going to. Yes, Tulsi Gabbard is not a member of the Council on Foreign Relations. However, and she lied to me. Tulsi Gabbard lied to me. I confronted her about this. It's on the videos.
She did go there.
My channel. I said, what is your involvement with the Council on Foreign Relations? She said she has none. Yet there's photographs of her on her official website. I believe it was, but it was official website because I checked the official websites. I'm almost positive it's her official website, having a lunch in her office with the Council on Foreign Relations. So let's get your questions in the chat, and everybody go ahead and go on the screen. If you want to be more specific about the Pippa Malmgren, be specific with your questions, because otherwise I don't know exactly what the hell you're asking. And then we'll go through and we'll say goodbye to our lovely panel here. So any questions or comments too? Iron Man Metal, welcome. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see. Gain of function. I shouldn't have said that. And hey, I have no dog in any of these fights. So, but let's start in order of the totem pole here. And Futoy was our first. Mellows and Futoy are our first guest. But let's start with Futoy. Futoy, tell people any final thoughts that you have. We're in no rush right here because I'm going to go and read the comments. But any final thoughts that you want to talk about, anything you want to impart, and then also how can people donate? How can people find you? How can people get in touch? How can people support your movement, Tim?
About donations, do not try to donate to me whatsoever. I do not want your money. If you're going to donate to Will and Mellows to get his laptop.
Yeah, donate to Mellows.
That's how you help, right? You can't help me by giving me money. I'm not interested, right? I can do nothing with it. Give it to these activists, these active activists, you know?
Okay, well, yeah, let's definitely give that over to that money over to Theo. $ Fake Mike Real News, MIC, Fake Mike Real News, $ Fake Mike Real News on Cash App. All the donations, it's already been the hours up, but any donations for the remainder of this evening that happen, or if in the future too, if you want to give it past today, just leave a note, say for Theo, for Mellows, or put for the laptop.
Really
Don't do that, because then they're going to start investigating me like Hunter Biden. But yeah,
the laptop.
Yeah, don't put for the. Yeah, I guess you can put for the laptop, but it'll probably shut my stuff down. But who knows? Maybe they'll think it's for Biden's. I don't know. Or Anthony Weiner's, or any of the illustrious laptops. And James, I put your comment up there, and I'll address that. But yeah, any other final points, Futoy?
Well,
is up on screen. Give us a description.
It can look kind of bleak sometimes, and it can be sometimes overwhelming for people to see all these names, all these big companies, and think, "Gee, I'm just one person. What can I do?" Right? But as a single person, you can join with other people, like what we're trying to do. We're trying to come together as a front to these people and say, we stand, and I want to tell you that enough is enough when you cross the line. All right, so together we can stand up to these people, and eventually, you know what? Eventually, the people are going to win. We're going to win. It's going to take time. It's going to take work. It's going to take a lot of coming together, but at the end of the day, the people will triumph, as we always have. All right, but it's going to take
that more, Futoy. And yes, Futoy, his channel's up on screen here. Futoy. It's up on screen. I'm going to put the name. All you have to do, it's very easy to find. I'm just going to put the name here up on screen. Futoy. Give him a like, share, and subscribe. Give him a comment for the algorithm. Let him know good old fake Mike sent you. And before we get to the next panelist, Rogier, thanks for putting $ fake Mike Real News up there. It's Futoy. It's $ fake Mike Real News if you want to donate to Theo now or anytime in the future. This question here from James A. Dr. Pippa Malgrim spoken at the World Government 2022 Summit. What's your thoughts? Well, I can't tell you because I haven't watched it, but what I am going to do is if you would, I'm just going to Google that. Let's see. I'm going to Google it now so I don't forget, and I'll watch it afterwards. And if you want to join the next live stream and remind me to ask that, or if I find it compelling enough to talk about, I will address it on screen in an upcoming broadcast. So let me just see. Pippa Malgrim World Government 2022 Summit. I mean, that's the thing too. Like I didn't even mention that. I'm going through all this other stuff. And sorry guys, if you didn't see the Jeffrey Epstein, and maybe I'll find that real quick and put it up on screen, but you have to go back through the old videos. You can just go on the old website. You can do it yourself, Internet Archive, Wayback Machine, just Google it, and you can look up jeffreyepstein.com and the different things. Also, you can find that information on Memory Hold on BitChute, Memory Hold, HOLD on BitChute and DLive, and you can find it there. He goes through it live on screen. He shows you how to do it. So let's see, Pippa Malgrim World Government Summit. Is there a video to that there, James A? I haven't looked up, so I will check into that. But go over to Futoy, subscribe to Futoy, build his channel up. Let's get more eyeballs on the stuff. He's one of the funniest dudes that I know, and he's super smart, and he's looking at a lot of things from a lot of different angles. So Futoy is the main pimp. Go like, share, and subscribe over to Futoy. Now Mellows has broken in. Can we get one picture? Can we get some video here from the Blue Avian apartment? I understand. I'm told by my handler at the military industrial complex that the Blue Avians are not actually in the apartment. But can we just see what the inside of a Blue Avian's apartment? I guess now you've homesteaded a Blue Avian's apartment. This is breaking here, guys. Completely proved the flat Earth here.
That's classified.
Oh man! See, that's what the military industrial complex handlers are saying. They're saying, "Back off that question. We'll back off. That's too sensitive." And that's a joke if you're new here, guys. I have a terrible sense of humor, and I can't. Futoy channel, please. Yes, it's Futoy. It's Futoy. You just type it into YouTube. Futoy. Futoy. Thank you for the kind words, Cali Life. Thank you for the egg salad sandwiches. Kathy Lloyd, yeah, that's what they're doing over there. Yep, and here it is, Mrs. J. Thank you, Mrs. J is always on point. This is the channel right here for Mrs. J. All right, so Mellows.
Thanks, Mrs. J.
Thank you, Mrs. J. Now Mellows, and so yeah, for Mellows, I know he's gonna say I don't care about anything, don't do anything, don't donate. Like I said, donate $ fake Mike Real News, MIC. All these donations today are going to be going to Futoy in his quest for a new laptop. I mean, this guy's breaking down.
It's going to Mellows for a new laptop. Can I just say on that, it would be really good if Mellows does get a new laptop, because having a conversation with Mellows, you have to sort of take out the Hoover.
That's a
good point.
That's true.
Which is so good, man, because he's got so much to say.
He does. And that's why I appreciate Mellows so much. He's awesome. So guys, check out Vigilante Media, vigilante.media, vigilante.media, tlbtalk.com. Check out Grim Reaper Radio Show. Check out FakeMikeRealNews.com. That's where you can find the links to pretty much everything, and that's going to be popping up more and more and more as you see it. And Eyes on the Audit, those are the channels. That's how you help Mellows, thanks again for joining. And you can donate $ Fake Mike MIC Real News, Fake Mike Real News, $ Fake Mike Real News on Cash App. If you don't have Cash App, doesn't make a difference. You just download, you put your card information in there, you send Mellows. Any donations received from tonight onward till tomorrow morning will go to Theo, and anyone's after that. If you're watching this in the future, first of all, that's pretty cool. If you're watching this in the past, how the hell are you doing that? That's weird. But if you're watching this in the future, you can donate. Just say for Theo, for Mellows, for the dude. Yes, Bar Fighting says let's get Mellows to donate for the laptop. And Mrs. J, let's get any final points, comments from you here, and how can people reach out to you? How can people support you? What's the best way to support Mrs. J?
The best way to support me is get Mellows a new laptop. For me personally, I'm the same as Futoy. I'm not in this for the money. I'm in this because I've got 30 years of knowledge that I need to get out. So I've spent. I haven't done it via the internet. I've done this word of mouth, speaking to people, seeing people, communicating with people. And that's where my background comes from. I really want you guys to share what we're saying. I want you to prove me wrong, because that's how I do it. I go out and I go, don't believe that. Right, come on then, bring it on. Let's see what you got to say. And that's how I've ended up here. That's how I've ended up in this position, because I wanted to prove what people were saying to me wrong, rather than, oh, okay, that's what it is, la la la. No, let's smash this out of the park. Let's start networking, coming together, and actually showing everybody the tyranny, the corruption, and the evil that is actually going on in the world. In the elite. I'll put it in that way. Please.
And thank you for everything that you do, Mrs. J, behind the scenes. And I have decided that I am going to go ahead and stay for another few minutes here and pull up these promised websites because I've been teasing them, and I just want to give you guys the goods. That's what it's about here, giving you guys the goods. I know you have to do your own research. You have to subscribe to Mrs. J. You have to do it too. And so I'll start putting it up on screen in RHTV Live, Rozier Hop. Again, tell people how people can reach you. I'm going to put your channel up on screen. It's ROGIER HOP. ROGIER HOP. You can check them out here. Oh, we got 6 more subscribers. That's what's up. That's good. Let's keep that going.
Thank you, people. Thank you for subscribing.
And also, you got to find him on Facebook under this name too. Facebook under this name, Rozier Hop. He streams more frequently on Facebook, so you're going to want to friend him over there. But also, let's get his numbers up over here, so maybe he'll decide to come back. He's turned his back on us. He thinks he's too good for YouTube. Well, maybe we can do something to lure him back. Rozier, everyone check out his channels. Any final thoughts here?
The Netherlands king is going to pay him off, and he's going to change.
If he's anything like you, I believe it.
I hope so. He's got a lot of money, so he's got to pay up. We are fighting a war here. This is an invisible war. It's an invisible war, and we have like these shadow organizations that are controlling our governments, and we have to do something about it.
I could not agree more. And just to let you guys know, what's Will doing up on screen? Well, he went back to the Wayback Machine. The Wayback Machine is the Internet Archive. It takes screenshots of websites since basically, I don't know when they first started doing it. But that way, if anybody ever deletes their website or says something crazy and wants to take it down, people are taking screenshots. You can take your own screenshots here, and then you can search old websites. That's what we're going to do right now. It might take us a minute or two to pull this up, but I'm going to pull it up just to show you guys that it's true. It is indeed true what I'm saying. And not only what I'm saying now, but what I have been saying for many, many years. That doesn't mean I'm perfect. That doesn't mean I'm even close to that or anything. But it just means the thing that I've been saying to you are true, and I've been pulling them up on official their own official websites. So this is the Wayback Machine, and I'm typing in jeffreyepstein.org. Go to the browser history. One other thing I'll say about the Internet Archive. If you're up on if you read a lot of articles online like I do, sometimes they'll give you, oh, you viewed your too many articles, this thing. Well, you copy and paste it into the Wayback Machine, and you take a screenshot of it up on the Wayback Machine, and you can enjoy that free. And it's up there, and then also when you pull it up on screen in the future, which is probably what I should do, you're not giving hits to New York Times or the Washington Post. You're giving hits to the Wayback Machine. So that also hurts them too. So that's a good way to non-violently strike back. So I typed in jeffreyepstein.org, and you can see these are the times they've been screenshotted. I guess the first one was 2010, 2011, so on and so forth. Let's see.
And how to help me? Well, just give money to Mellows over there, so he can buy a new laptop.
All right, so let's see. This is 2011.
Save our ears. Hashtag save our ears.
Oh my God, yes. That's such, yeah. It's hard with headphones on.
Hey, Will, on the auditing side, I'd love for one time if a cop accuses you of doing something wrong, for you to say, I've investigated myself and I found no wrongdoing.
I will remind me. I will work that into this. Let's see. This is it right here, I think. Yep, take a look at this. We got it. It was easier than I thought. I'm going to take all of this off screen here. And so this is a screenshot from 2011. There's a little thing about what he is, what he does. And it looks Trilateral Commission, Council on Foreign Relations, Rockefeller University board member. Everything we say, oh, Harvard too, yeah. And we could have went even more in depth in this. So, but there you have it. This is a screenshot, Wayback Machine. Remember, we went to the Council on Foreign Relations website. Remember, we talked about Jimmy Savile. Remember, we talked about COINTELPRO. We talked about Ukraine.
All sorts of stuff, man.
We talked about all these groups. And what we've been telling you, long story short, is certain groups, certain people, the names keep popping up over and over and over again, and there just happen to be the people with all the control. And we went to their websites and we showed them. So I want you to research these individuals. I want you to research these organizations, the history of these organizations, and I want you to go out there, do your own research, keep an open but skeptical mind, and go out there and be nonviolent. So I want to say thank you very much to my panel, and also thank you very much to everybody that joined us in the chat and had questions, the comments, and all of the information
you
supplied me with here. So check me out. I'm on.
One last thing. If you feel you can't do anything, or you feel you're not able to be an activist, then do you know what the next best thing is? What I do is support an activist you believe in, right? And I believe in Will, right? And I support Will no matter what.
I appreciate that. Don't say no matter what. I'll never sell out.
I mean to the end of the world.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm never going to sell out. You guys will never have to question me. I might cry like a bitch during torture, but I'm not going to sell out. Hopefully not. Not during torture. You can never say till you're being tortured. And yeah, let's not talk about that. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for joining us. Yeah, I'm on Instagram, FAKEMICREALNEWS, Twitter, FAKEMICREALNEWS, $, FAKEMICREALNEWS on Cash App to donate to Theo. At Fake Mikey, FakeMikeRealNews.com. Check me out on all the platforms.